You ain't gotta say a word, just walk that, let's get burned. Then we'll roll up 100 fucking nuts. All up in my mouth, now I'm all up in yo. This nigga got pounds of it, all up in his truck. Now we both look Asian, he waving and I'm drunk. I got dank shit in my cup, you know what I'ma do to you. I could give reviews to you, blow, we X, and we sipping on that juice. That's just what she choose to do. Just when you put it on me, you relieve my stress. You got me so high, taking deep, deep breaths. You get me so high, you get me so high. I know you ain't a drug, but you get me so high. You get me so high, you get me so high. I know you ain't a drug, but you get me so high. You get me so high, you get me so high. I know you ain't a drug, but you get me so high. You get me so high, you get me so high, you get me so high, you get me so high,
POV.
I can't tell where your hair ends and mine begins. If I had a body's tattoos, I would think that it's your skin. If I move too quick, that's you, I would think it's my reflection. In this cold city, you're close enough. You could tell every time we touch, every time we up. Wish you could feel me, you could pull me. One bedroom, right where your heart is. Each space feels broken hearted. Cross the bed, feel way too foreign. I know when you see just someone new, they see us too. I just wanna melt into you. I'm melting into you. I just wanna melt into you. Melt into you. Melt into you. Imagine you're ready for love and taste of and down. Hoping that that secret spit it out your mouth. Inhale, exhale, breathe in. With every breath I'm sinking in. No way to describe it, I'm a riot. If I wake up and I'm still not beside you, instead of beside you, just sit and surprise you. You don't even notice, no need to remind you. Wish you could build me a cute apartment. One bedroom, right where your heart is. Each place feels broken hearted. Cross the bed feels way too foreign. I wonder when you see just one, do they see us through? You
Hey, Century.
There are times when I look above and beyond. There are times when I feel your love around me, baby. I'll never forget my baby. When I feel that I don't belong, draw my strength from the words when you said, hey, it's about you, baby. Look deeper inside you, baby. Dream about us together again. What I want us together again, baby. I know we'll be together again. 'Cause everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, smiling back at me, dancing in moonlight. I know you are free, 'cause I can see your star shining down on me. Time for share again. Makes me wanna dance. Sing it loud and proud. All my love's for you. Always been a true angel to me. Now above, I can wait for you to wrap your wings around me. Wrap them around me. Sometimes hear whispering on my pain. No worries, will you ever see my baby? I'm so happy for my baby. Dream about us together again. What I want us together again, baby. I know we'll be together again. 'Cause everywhere I go, every smile I see, I know you are there, smiling back at me, dancing in moonlight. I know you are free, 'cause I can see your star shining down on me.
It's at 5 in the morning. I wake up to fight for my yearnings. The fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. I tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. I tried to get by, but I'm burning. I'm behind, my mind it runs. All these thoughts have troubled me. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. Right, yeah, I really need time now. I need to free mind now. I really need mind now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need to free mind now. I really need mind now. Yeah. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Send me a love that you cannot mix. One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy. Finding a way where you cannot see. Man with this system, he cannot pray. I need to find relief. But behind my mind, it runs. All these thoughts have troubled me. Fighting to give up my pain. Fighting to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side. When it's time to leave my life, then it tries to take me out. Tell you what I need. I really need more now. I need to free my mind. I really need time now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. I need to free my mind now. I really need time now. Oh, yeah. Just let me free, freer than the open mind, farther than the eyes can handle, freer than the ocean now. Yeah, yeah. So set me free. Now I need to find relief. Set me to the open sky. Now I need to free my mind.
Drop top Porsche, rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me that the bossed up and not chance again. It's my big bronze boogie got all them girls shook. My big fat ass got all them boys cooked. Some dollar bills, now we popping rubber bands. Bruno sang to me while I do my money dance like, yeah. Flexing on the gram like, yeah. Hit the little John, okay. Oh yeah, we dripping up the rest of the game.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch
Good morning. Good morning. Y'all come on in. Thanks for joining this morning. Let's see what we got in the building. Hey, Candy. Hey, Miss Lynn. Hey, Miss Carla. Let's see. Hey, Miss B. Hey, Amazing. Amazing, have you hit me up yet? I'm not sure. I think you did, but I'm not sure if you did. Let me know if you're still in the chat. I don't know if you hit me up on or did you text me? I'm not. I don't even remember. Uh, hey, Miss. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a blessed, beautiful weekend. I do. Happy Easter. I did not see y'all on yesterday, so I guess we'll talk later about how everybody Easter went. I hope it went well. Mine did. I was just tired. But we'll talk about that later. But we're gonna get into today we're gonna be talking about, I think I told y'all this I'm not yesterday, damn. Last week on the T channel that I was sort of kind of interested in this whole Gucci man Pooh shiesty. You know, I feel a way about calling the whole grown man Pooh or even shiesty, but okay, it is what it is. Okay, so I asked you to either email me or DM me so I can speak with you, so I can yeah, I remember you saying you I remember you saying you had a different phone. So I needed you to email me or DM me so I can get your new number so I can call you. So you can have my number. So we're gonna get right into it because I think I'm gonna take this one today for like 2 hours, and then I'm gonna try to go over there on the T channel because I think the truth is going live later on today. So I need to go ahead and get my shit in before he has to go live, so we can go over there and support him. But listen, so there's a couple of reasons why I'm sort of kind of interested in. Y'all know I normally don't do the whole. I'll cover some rappers in some in stores, and I think I've talked about a couple of rappers that have gotten in trouble or had this type of drama, but not many. But I'm sort of kind of interested in this one is because for once, me and Trey agree on something, and I didn't know that until I saw his post this morning on his community wall about how people are. It's amazing to me how people are so. It seems to me like not outraged, but they got so much to say about Gucci Man allegedly snitching on this man than they have about this man actually robbing this man, which is weird. Now, it's weird to me, but it's not weird when it comes to the whole, I guess, rap game or the dope game and a whole lot of games that go on in this world. People seem to think that the fact that this man and his cohorts, whoever they are, we'll hear about them later, allegedly robbed and kidnapped this man, right? So they allegedly robbed and kidnapped him, but the whole thing is, how could you snitch? Why would you snitch? We don't do that. We don't. Are you kidding me? Like this? First of all, this man, Gucci Man, ain't selling dope. Gucci Man ain't the dope man that you rob. A lot of dope men get robbed, and they don't call the police. You know what I'm saying? They don't call the police. They either get revenge, they get you, they rob you, they kill your family. See, it's a whole thing that go along with that dope game. They don't call the police because you can't call the police and say, yeah, I was doing this whole dope deal. I was doing this deal and the nigga robbed me. He robbed. No. That's how they go. Gucci Man I guess if everything was on the up and up, a businessman, an artist, a boss. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, he gonna call the police. So we know that Gucci Man used to be by that life. We know, well, people that know Gucci Man don't know who Gucci Man is. All I can remember is I'm So Icy. I remember that song he did with Mariah Carey. I like that one. But we know before he went to prison or whatever, He was in that life. But so you thought he was supposed to live by that same code. You supposed to come in and allegedly rob and kidnap this man, and he's supposed to live by that same, the dope boy code. Come on, bro. Like, honestly. Like Trey said, this man 50. Legit. Got a family. Whole wife and kids. And you gonna rob and kidnap him, and he's supposed to tell the police, I don't know who did. What are you supposed to do? Get street justice? He's supposed to go out to Pooh Shiesty and them and get revenge. What was he supposed to do? But we gonna get into all that. We gonna talk about it. But so let's bring up the first. I don't know if y'all been following this. I have no clue. This is one that I'm not sure if y'all been following or not, because when it comes to my other crime, my normal crime and justice stuff, I know somebody had probably heard about it, but I don't know if y'all been following this one. But we're gonna talk about it for a little bit today. Maybe even, I don't know if it's gonna be a part 2. I do know there's a lot of videos out there. Yeah, I know I don't react to all content that's out there, but I got some. Surprisingly, it made it to Law and Crime, one of our favorite peeps. And of course, it made it to the family. And I think Carlos got a video on it. So we're going to get into that. And then there's a lot of celebrities, rappers, clowns like Charleston White. It was Woody, whatever his damn name is. I consider them 2 social media clowns. They had something to say about it. I think maybe Boosie had something to say. It's just a lot of people reacted to it. And not reacting to the fact that this man robbed and kidnapped this man. They're talking about whether or not a Gucci man snitched. What in the hell is wrong with our people? Like, what was he supposed to do? I'm just behooved. I'm really behooved, but hey, this world is behooving. Anyway, let's see what the first. See, I'm gonna go back. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna go back. I guess this allegedly happened. Let's see. Hold on. Shout out to, and I'm gonna share this video out on my community wall, All Urban Central. I'm gonna share everybody that I react to today, y'all. I'm gonna share them out on my wall. Y'all go over there and check them out. Support. Hit the like button on this on the video that I'm reacting to. Hit that like button. Maybe you want to rewatch it. I don't know, but go over there and check them out. If you like, subscribe. Let me do something right quick. Oh, all right. So, All Urban Central. I watch them occasionally. I click on them, but I did like this video. I did watch this video. Well, I didn't watch all of it. Y'all know I be with this crime and justice stuff. It be so much stuff to go through. I mostly react with y'all. I skim through some things, but I don't get to like sit and just watch all of this content over and over again. So it'd be a lot we have to shift through. But this particular live video, I'm sorry. I'm trying to go to the damn video, but it didn't give me the option. Let me do it on my phone. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see. Now, this was dropped when it first happened, y'all. This case is like a couple of months old, maybe. The guy just got arrested. That's why it's popping up again. But it happened some months ago. The actual crime. Stop it. The actual crime happened months ago. Here we go. Let me tell y'all when it happened. Gucci. 2 months ago, I guess.
Man, oh man.
This video right here was dropped 2 months ago on January 16, 2026. Okay. So I'm going back to this video so you all can see what initially happened 2 months ago. And then we're gonna come into the current day, in the last week when the feds swooped in and arrested these people. Okay. All right, so let's listen. Shout out to all Urban Central. And y'all know I gotta speed it up. Try to get through as much as we can. Let's see. We got one. Yeah, we're gonna do it right now.
Man, oh man, nah, I ain't gonna lie. There's one of them days. I open up Instagram, I open up Threads, and I open up Facebook, and the internet is saying that Gucci Mane got robbed. Not just any rob. They saying my boy lost his wedding ring, his watch, and his artist. When did this turn into a season finale? All right, let me walk y'all through this slowly, because the internet don't do context. A few viral Instagram posts started circulating. Then a YouTuber, Seti Nash, drops a video saying Gucci Mane allegedly got robbed for his wedding ring and watch.
He got robbed for his wedding ring and his watch. Losing this shit right now. You ain't got no footage of Gucci getting robbed. Stop the cap. Then leave. If I'm lying, leave. You don't have to stay. Enjoy your night, brother. I'm not saying what city he got robbed in or nothing like that. Man, listen, bro. They run up on WAP like that. Stop. Man, let me help you out real quick. When you go into a situation and you got security and you is outgunned, what the f you think your security supposed to do? What the f you think your security supposed to do? Turn in the knee up, start shooting everybody, you get smoked too? Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something real quick, bro. And this ain't no cap. If you getting robbed, the best thing you can do is try to leave with your life.
Now, when you hear Gucci Mane that alone sounds crazy. This ain't 2006 Gucci. This is married, disciplined, heavy security, vegan Gucci. And they saying this happened with security around. How? So according to internet detectives, they saying Gucci lost his wedding ring and his watch. The wedding ring, that's just not jewelry. That's white business. If that part is true, that ain't regular robbery. That's emotional damage. But listen, before y'all clip this, there's no police report, no video footage, no official confirmation. This is straight social media smoke right now. Even Wack 100 had something to say about it when he joined Seti Nash's live and made it seem like it might have been true and there might be some footage circulating.
$400 worth of jewelry. Seti, she talking about the video, man. Come on, man.
Nah, hell nah.
Stop, man.
Nah. That ain't gonna see the light of day.
Yeah, chill out, man.
That ain't gonna see the light of day.
Daddy, come on, bro.
I just need my $500,000.
But Seti, you understand what you're doing right now, right? This is very delicate.
Now, this is where it gets nasty. Somehow, some way, the internet decides to drag Pooh Shiesty into this. They started saying Pooh Shiesty fell out with Gucci, and they saying he's no longer 10-17. And they saying, yo, Gotti took him. And then the craziest version, they saying Pooh Shiesty had something to do with Gucci Mane getting robbed. Now, Pooh Shiesty just got home not too long ago, and y'all got him running around Ocean's 11 on his first day out. This is why rappers hate y'all. And it even got even more spicier with Hernandez Govan, the guy that was acquitted for setting up Young Dolph to get murdered, hopped on Instagram and kind of co-signed what everybody was saying.
Hey, I don't know who need to hear this, man, but no, I'm lying. Hey, Gucci Mane, LaFleur, you want to sign 100 from Memphis, Tennessee to try to antagonize Gotti all because he your wife. Then you dropped him and killed Pooh, and now Gotti done took Pooh Shiesty from you. How it feel to have Memphis, man, take your wife and your #1 artist? You gotta tighten up, Gucci. All that goofy shit you were doing. Signed 100 Memphis, Tennessee. You ain't never heard the big tape. Just signed it, trying to antagonize it. And you know we know about the other little shit that just happened too. And we're gonna run that later on though, Gucci. She real shiesty around here, I see. Hey, y'all pray for Gucci, man, because this shit that's about to break. Shit crazy. Hey, Gucci. Hey, Gucci LaFleur, you know I grew up around my granddad, you know, bro. They say when you get married, man, you're supposed to always keep your wedding ring on. Always keep your wedding. Damn, my bad, Gucci. You don't know where yours is. The only thing that can call me and ask me to take it down is Wack 100. And because I know Wack Gucci. And the only reason why I do it for Wack is I know he'll do it for me. But other than that, man, breathe. God and creator. They can call me and tell me to do a bitch ass thing. See, the difference between me and the other is you soft. And you be scared of a collision. I ain't. So find something else to do, bro. Because I run this social media.
Now, this is absolutely diabolical. Let me tell y'all how the internet works. One person makes a post, another page reposted it, 10 blogs steal it, and now it's allegedly confirmed. No sources, no paperwork, just vibe. And now people acting like Gucci Mane lost his artist and his jewelry in one night, like this is a Grand Theft Auto server. Let me tell you something. Real life don't move that fast. Now let's keep it a buck. Pooh Shiesty was signed in 2017. Pooh Shiesty went to prison, and Pooh Shiesty just got black. Artists change all the time. Artists go quiet all the time. That does not mean robbery. But y'all see no Gucci Pooh collab lately. All of a sudden, it's a Netflix documentary. Here's the facts, not vibes, not rumors. Gucci Mane is not publicly confirmed being robbed. There's been no police report that has surfaced, and there's no official statement from Gucci or his camp. And Pooh Shiesty has not addressed any robbery claims. So right now, this is all internet rumor energy. So what I'm asking y'all right now is to chill out. Do y'all think there's more to this story, or do you think the internet just created another fake storyline? Drop a comment, like a video, and keep it locked. And just remember, the internet will rob you before the streets ever do.
Supersede indictment, man. This the indictment out the original indictment. So we got indicted twice. So they smacked us with more charges, thinking that shit would break us or make a conspiracy to possess firearms and further the drug trafficking, violent crime. 3 other decided to ever see his name on a piece of paperwork. Bankroll, D-roll. He decided. We kept it G. We traumatized about this shit, man. For real. Really went through it. You better watch our mouth when y'all say anything, cause I was facing 20 plus or 20 plus another 20 plus life. Never told it, never folded. All my shit add up. Yeah, every page add up. You see 1 through 10 on anything. Stop playing with it. Made for real. You don't know the half of this shit or what's really going on. Yeah, my paperwork 4,000 pages long. I go all day with this shit. You don't know what's really going on. You know what you see on the internet. You content creating that.
All right,
Fox
so
this thing.
I don't understand that he just said. All right, so we're gonna get into the next clip. Now, this next clip. Hold on, y'all. Let me excuse me. Y'all excuse my cough. Y'all know the sinuses has become wackadoodle with all the pollen and shit in there. Thank y'all so much for being. Thank y'all for the likes, liking. I appreciate it. Now make sure y'all double tap that screen like the live. Good morning, Miss Lynn. Did I speak to you already, Miss Lynn? I see you typing in the chat. I don't know. I could have. I'm sorry, y'all. My mind all over the place this morning. Let me see. And this cough ain't making it no better. So this next video is from Fox 13 Memphis. Okay. And it was dropped 4 days ago. And this is when it broke that the FBI had issued search warrants and arrest warrants for Pooh Shiesty and about 9 other people. Okay. This clip is only about 2 minutes long, and then right after that, we're gonna get into a clip from WFAA, and I'm gonna share all these out on my wall, y'all. WFAA, which is a news station, and I think this is a news conference that they put on concerning what went down. Yes, my sinuses is giving me the blues also, and I had a sinus headache. Tried to get me. I think it was on Saturday. But I knew I had a long day on Sunday, so girl, I listen. I normally don't take out these medications that all my doctors done gave me for sinuses and all this type of stuff. But because like I told you, I don't like taking medicines because everything makes me drowsy, everything makes me sleepy, and y'all know I really don't like to sleep like that. But girl, I doped myself up late Saturday. Was it late Saturday after I got home? Yeah, I doped myself up because I had been outside. I had, Auntie was outside that night. But what I did was I took some for it and I lay down and went to sleep, and I woke up Sunday all good, which is good because I had a lot to do and I ain't have time. Sinus headaches are the worst. They are the absolute worst because sinus headaches it's just not a headache. It's aching of the face, of the neck. I don't know how it is for you, Miss Lynn, but it's aching of the face, the neck. It's awful. But I hope you feel better, Miss Lynn. I do, because I don't know if I've ever had a migraine. I could have had a migraine before in my life because a headache is a headache to me. Shit, they all headaches and they all hurt. Whether it's a sinus headache or a migraine, and they say migraines like make you nauseous, and I don't think I've ever had a headache that like made me nauseous or whatever. I don't know. I could have. I don't know. Hey, Miss Tanya, how you doing, sweetie? Good, happy Monday. But I just don't like headaches, period. And sinus headaches are the absolute worst. They say migraines are worse. worse than sinus headaches. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you feel better because it's bad. And then with the weather being bipolar, yesterday was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It rained a little bit. It rained a little bit, but then it wasn't bad. To whereas all the outdoor activities were canceled because they wasn't. But it was a good day. And now today it's cold, like we trying to do winter again. It's cold, like we trying to do winter again. I'm like, what in the living bipolar ozone layer is going on? It's ridiculous. But anywho, that's our rant about the weather and headaches today. But you know what? I ain't gonna let it get me. I can't be letting these sinuses get me, honey, because these sinuses will have you on your back. They will. I ain't got time for it. So, let me pin that. So yeah. So we're gonna get into this short news clip where the FBI, like I said, executed the search and arrest warrants, and then we're gonna get into the whole. I thought I removed one of these. We'll skip to the second one, and then we're gonna get into the clip of the news conference that was put on, and then we're gonna get into some of our faves in their videos talking about it. I got some other videos, and like I said, if I decide to do a part 2, and then we'll get into the extra, but we're gonna get into our favorite people first. We're gonna do the news. We're gonna do our content creators that we react to, and then we'll get into all the extra. Because like I said, I did want to talk about all the celebrities, aka clowns, that's out here speaking on the fact that this man snitched on a person who held him at gunpoint, allegedly robbed him and kidnapped him. And like he was supposed to just not say nothing. He was supposed to not say nothing. Okay? Ridiculous. Alright, so let's get into it. Thank y'all once again for being here. I appreciate it.
On top of breaking news at midday, federal agents on the ground in Cordova searching a home owned by the family of rapper Pooh Shiesty. The feds confirmed to Fox 13 they executed a federal search and arrest warrant. Neighbors reporting hearing flashbangs as agents entered the home early this morning. And our crew saw them carrying boxes out of the home as well. And this happened over the past several hours. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre has the latest details from Cordova. We're going to check in with him.
We're still working to learn the specifics in this house raid that took place here at this home in Cordova. We do know that according to the Shelby County Assessor's Office, that this home is registered to Lontrell Williams. Now, Lontrell Williams, that is the father of Pooh Shiesty, who also has the name Lontrell Williams Jr. Now, as for the specifics into this investigation, we're still working that out. We have learned that that this was an official warrant that was issued for this home, a search warrant for this home. Those FBI agents, TBI agents, came to this neighborhood about 5:30 or so. People who live in this neighborhood told us that they heard flashbangs, and they also heard the shouting from the FBI agents, TBI agents, telling whoever inside of the home to come out with their hands up. Again, this happened about 5:30 or so this morning. Take a listen to what people we spoke to who are very on edge this morning after what happened early this morning, waking them up.
Heard these couple of loud booms, so I came outside and, I heard them say, come out with your hands up. We've got a warrant.
Again, the FBI confirming that this was an investigation, a raid that took place at this home. Of course, stay with Fox 13. We're going to continue to stay on top of this story for you all throughout the day.
I'm Ryan Rabel, the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas.
But I got another one, and I think it's more in depth. Let me go to the second one. All right, y'all. So this is
Good morning. I'm Catherine Miller.
This is the news conference, okay? Let me make sure my volume is all the way up. This is the news conference that was conducted after the so-called raid or whatever, or the arrest and things of that nature. Let's listen.
Public Affairs Officer for the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Northern District of Texas. Today, you're going to hear from Ryan Rabel, the United States Attorney for the Northern District of Texas, Jeremy Wright, Assistant Special Agent in charge of FBI Dallas. And we will have a brief question and answer session after their remarks. Please identify yourself by your name and your media outlet when asking questions, and confine the content of your questions to today's press conference. At the podium, joining Ryan Rabel and Jeremy Wright is Executive Assistant Chief of Police with the Dallas Police Department, Terrence Rhodes, Assistant U.S. Attorney Robert Withers, Assistant U.S. Attorney Claire Demers, and Assistant U.S. Attorney and Violent Crimes Chief Jeremy Gate, all of the Northern District of Texas. And with that, I'll turn it over to...
Right, Tanya. I agree.
Good morning. I'm Ryan Rabel. I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint. And as described further in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed by the victims.
See, dummies, world's biggest criminals. Dummies. Dummies do the same thing. All these YNs do the same thing. They commit these crimes. See, it's just they commit crimes. They're sloppy in committing the crimes, first of all right? And then they go to social media. And I don't know why, to this day, people still don't believe that social media could get you locked up. Things you say, put, and do on social media can get your ass locked up. Why wouldn't the cops go to social media as part of an investigation when everybody does it? Everybody goes to social media and pretty much hang themselves. And you know what? I can't even say it's just YNs. It's just people in general that's dumb and criminals, because criminals are dumb. Just like that Real Housewife. I can't think of her name. I think we covered it. Her and her husband, had gotten arrested for their insurance fraud. And her dumb ass, and she's an older woman, supposedly rich, supposedly smart. I can't remember her name. But when she filed that whole false police report about being robbed, her and her husband, remember they got charged. We talked about it for a minute. And she named some items in the police report that were allegedly stolen. And this crazy, insane, got to be more careful woman actually did photos with a piece of the jewelry that she claimed had been stolen after she had reported it stolen. Like, I just cannot. But anywho, let's listen. These purposes make it big, but can't stop the criminal behavior. Yeah. You say these people make it big. You mean people. And I agree, Tanya. It's like, it's ridiculous. Like, if you had to be part of that life, or you feel like you had to be a part of that life at one point in your life, I get it. But like you said, once you make it, once you sign contracts, once you start making legit money, why do you still engage in illegal activity? This is how Gucci Mane. Now, unless it comes out that he has some type of criminal shit going on, that man used to be in that life. He used to be in that life. And I guess, he at some point in time, he was like, look, he It's not worth it.
Document outlines some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendant's roles in the federal offense. This is as follows. Electronic monitoring data placing Williams Jr. at the offense location, which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions.
This man was on house arrest, y'all. Had not too long gotten out of federal prison. Allegedly, Melissa, because I know his daddy part of the indictment. His daddy part of the whole thing. They say his daddy, helped him plan it out or execute it or whatever. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. But this Pooh Shiesty, and I'm gonna say his name, y'all, because that's what he is. That's what it is. But again, a grown man with the name Pooh Shiesty, I'm like Tanya, he should have been arrested just for that alone. But anywho, this man was on house arrest. On house arrest, had just gotten out of federal prison. You get what I'm saying? Like, honestly, hey Bertha, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas, rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used.
Excuse me.
Footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least two of the defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property in the days following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense. The victims in this case came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence as alleged in the charging document. This case should serve as a warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is a viable way to conduct business. I'm here to say that it is not, and that if you choose to do this, we will, together with our law enforcement partners here and the other ones in the Northern District of Texas, will bring you swiftly to justice. I want to thank the FBI Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force, the FBI's Memphis Resident Agency and Nashville Field Office, the Memphis Safe Task Force, the Dallas Police Department, the United States Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, Michael Donovan, and AUSA Greg Wagner, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Texas, my dear friend and colleague Jay Combs, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Tennessee, including my colleague Braden Busek, for their outstanding contributions in this multi-jurisdictional investigation and prosecution. I'd also like to highlight the extraordinary work. None of this happens without the extraordinary work of our AUSAs in this office, and I'm here to say we have the best AUSAs in the entire country. That includes AUSAs Robert Withers, Claire Demers, and my violent crime chief Jeremy Fugate. This case really underscores the importance of standing up for crime victims, no matter who they are or where they come from, and the incredible collaborative investigative partnerships that we have, not only in the Northern District of Texas, but
well, you know what?
And we are all working together to make our.
You know what? What's your name? Black Dollar. I'm sorry, Black Dollar TV. Shout out to you. Thanks for joining. But let me say this: I get it, and I do know in the past that a lot of these celebrities or rappers or musicians, however, you know, they have this whole it's a thing where it's this big scandal that pops off with these people, then all of a sudden they're releasing an album or releasing a movie or releasing something. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. I get it. I get it, but I don't get it. You know, you gotta respect the game. It is what it is with these people. But this is the thing. I'm not going to no prison. I'm not robbing nobody. I'm not doing none of that to boost no sales on no album or none of that stuff, because this is the thing. This is real. Like, this man, whether or not he's guilty or found guilty in this case, he's still going back to federal prison because he violated terms of his, parole. So he wasn't supposed to have a weapon. He was on house arrest. He wasn't supposed to be where he was. So whether or not this whole Gucci thing, whether or not he's convicted on this whole Gucci thing, he's still going back to prison. Is it worth it though? Like, honestly, is it worth it to be involved with the law, going back to prison and this and that and the third in order to boost sales? Because guess what? You going back to prison. All right, that money that you are going to make because you don't boost the sales, what good is it? Okay, I guess it's good because, at least you'll have money on your books at all times because you're going back to prison. So really, you make a point, but Black Dollar TV, is it worth it in your opinion? especially when hey Mama T, especially when you boost sales just to go back to prison. You can't. I, my sentiments exactly, and I said it before I even read your comment, Mama T. It's ridiculous. If I make money, look, if I'm making money, I want to be able to spend it. I want to be able to enjoy it. I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make it just to have money on my books when I go back to prison. You get what I'm saying? It's not worth it. On the flip side, the wife, we know the brains behind. She tricked both. She tricked Pooh off the streets. Behind 1017, she tricked Pooh off the street. I'm glad you're in the chat because it seems like you know a little bit more about what's going on. See, I'm just, doing a little research for this live because I ain't keep up. His wife, ooh, we can do a whole live of me just talking about her and you know what I feel about her, but I ain't gonna make it about her. But I get what you're saying though. She is the brains. I get what you're saying. You said on the flip side, the wife we know the brains behind 1017. She tricked Pooh off the streets. So when you say trick, because 1017 is what the record label Black Dollar. Is that I heard that mentioned in one of these clips? 1017. Hold on, y'all. I heard that mentioned in one of the clips 1017. So I'm asking you. Okay, thank you, Melissa. So you say 1017. That's a record label, and then you said she tricked Pooh. And what you mean trick? What you mean Black Dollar? Yeah, I know a lot of business from being in it. Yeah, 1017 label. Okay, so what you mean though when you say she tricked him out the streets? Because I mean, they gave him a record deal, right? He was part of the label. Is that tricking him off the street? Is that trick? Is that considered tricking him off the street? I mean, or giving him an opportunity? Sorry, y'all, my daughter texted me. Hold on. My children. Yeah. So let me know in the chat, Black Dollar. And once again, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Fill me in, honey. Melissa be knowing about this too. Melissa is a thug, so she be knowing about the thug activities and things of that sort. So, so I'm pretty sure she'll because like I said, y'all, I'll be knowing this stuff, but we gonna learn today. Truth all about the learning. All right, let me keep playing this news conference.
Country safer. So thank you for being here today, and I'll answer some questions after my colleague here speaks. Now I'm going to turn it over to him, and this is Jeremy Wright, who's a Dallas FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge.
You're welcome.
Good morning, everybody. As Ryan said, my name is Jeremy Wright, Assistant Special Agent in charge for FBI Dallas. As United States Attorney Raybold said, we're here today to announce the arrest of several individuals in the Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee areas, as long as one here in Frisco, Texas.
All right, so let me read.
Violent kidnapping of 3 individuals.
So Black Dollar said Gucci Mane deal. Yeah, he does. I heard he was schizophrenic. Gucci Mane deal with mental health issues. He would crash out. Instead, she come up with a plan for Pooh to crash out to release him, and they still get paid off his. Oh wow! So wait a minute, Black Dollar. You think this is a setup? Do you think this is not real? Do you think that he actually did not rob this man? So you mean you can take the kid out the street, but can't take the streets out the kid? Absolutely, son. Is that what you're saying? But because see, I get what you're saying about this whole blow up happened, and then they release his music and they make a whole lot of because see, even though it's alleged that he did what he did to Gucci Mane to get out of his contract, right? It's alleged, right? But from what I read earlier, he's still not out of that contract. Yes, it's real, but definitely. How could it be a setup though? So you mean to tell me that Keisha Dior, whatever the hell her name is, I think that's it, Keisha whatever. She set her husband up to be robbed by this man in order to boost record sales. Is that what you're saying, Black Dollar? Black Dollar, you want to hit my link? Do you want to hit my link? Or do you hit links? Are you a channel? Let me go check you out right quick. Let me see something right quick. I'm thinking you may be a content creator. I don't know, but we finna see. Uh, content creator. Come on, bro. I'm trying to get to my chat, y'all. Let's see. Yeah, it's crazy, Tanya. It's definitely crazy. But you know what? Crazy things have happened though. It's real. Like it's real on these streets. Like, um, Black Dollar TV, you got some subs. You got like 3 videos. Okay, you're not a content creator like that, but excuse me, y'all. Let me drink some water. But you do, yeah, put up a link. Okay, I'm gonna share my link out on my community wall because you can't put it in the chat. Give me a second, y'all. And your channel says bringing you the latest in entertainment, music, celebrity news, poker, and more. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna put my link. Let me get to it first. Hold on. Y'all give me a sec, cause I'm very I'm curious. Yeah, I'm a content creator. I got 2 channels. I got a sports channel also. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, let me put my link on my community wall. Give me a second. All right, let me Pooh Shiesty, go to my community wall on this. Not Pooh Shiesty, damn. uh, Black Dollar TV. Go to my community wall on this channel, and you'll see the link. And just click it. I don't know if you ever hit a panel before. But yeah, go to my community wall and hit that StreamYard link that's on my wall. Wait a minute. I'm hitting it and then it go to my hold on. Why in the hell did it go to Trey? The hell going on? Hey Capri, how you doing? It went to Trey's no, that ain't it. That ain't gonna work. Let me see if I put it in the chat where you be able to click it. Hold on. StreamYard is acting real shady today. No, I didn't, Melissa. I don't want Pooh to slide through. No, I don't. No, I don't. Let me see if you can hit it from this link. Nah, it ain't gonna let you do it from. Damn, what is going on, y'all? StreamYard is not letting me put my link. Um, I think it's just not meant for you to come up. You're welcome, boo. I'm gonna try one more time, y'all. Give me a minute. I'm curious. Somebody, Tanya, one of y'all explain to Black Dollar TV how to get to my community wall. Please and thank you. Hold on, I'm gonna try to put it on my wall one more time. If not, you're just gonna have to keep writing in the chat. I appreciate you being in the chat. Oh, let's see. Girl, Pooh locked up. Uh, who said? Black Dollar TV. Pooh definitely gonna slide through. If child Pooh locked up. Pooh should be locked up. He violated. He violated. He should still be locked up. Shouldn't be out. All right, let's see if this works. All right, if you get to my wall, Black Dollar, the StreamYard link is working on my community wall. Go to Truth Hurts Crime and Justice Channel. Hit the post button and you should see the link. Right. Community post. Hit the community post. You should be able to see it. Who was there? Yeah. All right, so until Black Dollar figure it out, we're gonna go back to the news conference, okay?
Here in the Dallas area. The majority of those arrested did travel from Memphis to Dallas to commit that offense. Our office collaborated with multiple law enforcement agencies and other FBI offices to carry out this investigation that ultimately led to these arrests. So I'd like to thank the Dallas Violent Crimes Task Force, Dallas Police Department, the Memphis Safe Task Force, Memphis, Tennessee Police Department, and the Shelby County, Tennessee Sheriff's Department for helping with this investigation. Violent crime does remain a top priority for the FBI, and we dedicated significant resources from here in Dallas FBI, Nashville, Little Rock, Birmingham, and Atlanta FBI offices to investigate and successfully arrest these individuals. We remain committed to investigating violent crimes like these. No matter who you are, we will fight every day alongside our partners to make our communities safer. Thank you.
And we have time for some questions. If you would just identify who you were with and your name would be helpful. Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll answer the last part first. Yes, it'll be in the complaint, and we're happy to get you a copy of that. It's now unsealed. It was off Dallas Parkway in Dallas, Texas, a music studio. That's what's identified in the complaint. As far as victims go, we won't get into at this time who the victims are or not.
Now that's crazy though. That right there is weird. Even though people know since it was alleged months ago that Gucci Man is the one that was robbed. With them arresting Pooh, well, I guess some people say, well, maybe he robbed and kidnapped somebody else, but they didn't release Gucci Man's and the other victim because there were other victims. Because according to what I read earlier, they were like 2 security guards there and some other people. So, but they're not releasing their names. But everybody knows pretty much that it was Gucci Man and his peeps. But okay.
So one of the victims, and this is actually in the complaint, and we'll get you a copy as well. There's a photograph of the injury. Looks like there's some abrasions. One of the individuals.
Thank you, Miss Tanya. Shout out to it's 5 people I think that so far has joined the new membership. I saw that in my analytics, but I need to go in and see who those extra people. I know Miss Tanya, one of them. I think Miss B, Miss Margie, and I don't know who the other 2 are, but I'm gonna go check and I'm gonna shout y'all out. I'm gonna shout y'all out and thank y'all for joining the membership. 5 more members to the membership, y'all, and we'll do a members only live on this channel once I get to 10 members. Okay, but shout out and I appreciate it to the ones who have joined the membership so far. So if you want to become a member, please hit this link, become a member, and yeah, we're gonna get it going. Thank you, Tanya.
Yet, but agents are actively working to locate and bring him to court.
I apologize. We can't hear what these people are asking.
Unsealed, and a number of these defendants have had their public hearing already, their initial appearance, and so it's already out there that this individual has been charged, and so that information is in the public record. But I trust that the agents will be able to identify this person and find them and bring them to justice. Of course, that person can turn themselves in immediately. Good questions. I'll start with the last part. 8 of the 9 happened yesterday, and then we're still working on one more. And that was, again, a lot of those happened in Memphis, 1 happened in Nashville, and we're working now with our Georgia counterparts to get the last person brought to justice. Do you want to ask another question, follow up to that? Okay, and remind me of your first part, sir. Well, that was one of the reasons I wanted to list off some of the evidence that has been uncovered to date. A lot of this was subpoena work, search warrant work, and things like that in order to develop the investigation. And so the agents here with me, the agents out in the field, it takes a little bit of time to identify who did this offense and build a case so that we feel comfortable bringing the charges. So actually that's pretty quickly for a federal case of this gravity and this nature. And so I'm very proud of the investigative work, and it will continue from this office as well as our FBI and our local police department. They're facing a range, so there's no mandatory minimum in this case. It's a range of punishment, and it'll be in the province of the judge, whoever gets the case. But it could be from 0 all the way to life imprisonment. And as you know, a lot of what will guide what's called the sentencing guidelines will be the individual's previous criminal history, the fact that one of these individuals committed the offense while on home confinement, so actually serving a federal offense. That individual was convicted. That will be an aggravating factor for sure.
Dummy.
I'm not going to get into the victim stuff at this time. I think that more will be coming out there that will help clarify, but I'm not at liberty at this stage of the investigation to disclose that.
Good morning, Miss Margie. Thank you, boo. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Good morning to you. Happy Monday.
I'm going to hand that one off to my colleague here, Jeremy Wright.
Thank you for the question. It requires a lot of partnerships across multiple jurisdictions to be able to conduct simultaneous arrests in a manner, to not alert other folks and to do it safely. So really it's just a coordinated effort. Unfortunately, we have great relationships here locally with Dallas PD and our other partners, as well as other FBI offices have this similar relationship. Memphis is unique. They have the Memphis Safe Task Force there currently, which was kind of a help in a lot of this. So it's really just coordination and pre-planning. Memphis, we had 1 in Frisco, Texas yesterday, 1 from Restaurant Memphis. And as the U.S. Attorney said, we're actively pursuing the final arrest.
Do you have another question, sir? I think that becomes public record, but I'm not sure. If I could follow up with you right after, Catherine, if you would get to make sure that we get that information. Thank you for coming. If there are any further questions, I just want to underscore the importance here in Northern District of Texas of vigorously prosecuting violent crime. And a couple days ago, I did a press conference in Fort Worth, Texas. But it just highlights the collaboration. The state, local police are some of our best friends and best partners. Chief Como is a dear friend and partner of this office and has been fantastic for us, working with some of the best in the business.
Okay, I don't know who this is behind on my stage. For one, you got your camera on. Don't know if you got your camera on. For two, your name. Is this I don't know who this is, y'all. Oh, it's a dude. So it may be just shake your head for me. Are you damn, I forgot your name that quick. Hold on. What was your name? Black Dollar. Are you Black Dollar? No, I can't hear you, so you're gonna have to shake your head, yes or no. All right, there we go. All right. So being as though, let me put something up right quick because I'm gonna make sure you legit, honey, because it be some strange things going on YouTube. So let me do this. Damn, I don't have a. I had to put my logo up for my other channel, but I ain't got no other logo to put up. Just gonna have to take a chance with you, I guess. You know what? I can't. So I'm gonna put that up until I make sure you legit. But you got your camera on, so. But I don't want to be bombed or nothing like that. You feel me? Let me bring you up. Okay, so you cut your camera off. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. I can hear you good. Wonderful. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. So you are Black Dollar TV.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's up? What can you tell me? Because you did a lot of typing in the chat.
Okay, well, let's get the first scenario. The first scenario, we can look at it like Pooh Shiesty is a crash out. We already know he's gonna crash out. The boy
Right.
living what he really rapping about.
Can I ask you a question now? In talking to you, just know that I ask a lot of questions because I like to know. So let me ask you a question. Pooh Shiesty, he was locked up previously. He hadn't been too long gotten out. What was he locked up previously on?
The same thing, robbery, almost like extortion, robbery type. So the same
Okay.
thing. He locked up down. That's what he went to prison for the first time, 5 years.
Okay. So how long was he locked up in the feds?
He caught a 5 year bid, but I think he got out early. He probably did like 4, maybe, I think 3.5, 4.
Yeah, that's the thing with the feds. All you gotta do is go in, do some programs, do the drug program, do this and that and the third. People don't know that, when you go into the feds, they think you got to do day for day. That's not true. You can get out early. But okay, so and how long has he been out?
Shoot, I don't even think the man been out. I don't even think 6 months. I
My
don't
God,
think
today.
it been 6 months. I don't know. But
Okay.
you realize he's still like in the halfway house, so
Yeah, he was on house arrest.
so he's not fully out the feds yet. He's still doing.
Yeah, he may have been to. Okay, so this is how I go, and don't ask me how I know about these fed, how the fed works, because I just do. Okay, now, so when you get out on that good, you after you get out, you go to the halfway house for a certain amount of time, and then you go home, but you go home with a what you call it, you on house arrest, right?
Not
So
all the time. It depends on
not all the time.
your condition.
Okay,
Of your
great.
release.
Okay, so but he was on house arrest. He was on
Yes.
house arrest. And his dumb ass took it, that's just dumb. But go ahead. I'm just when I stop you and ask you questions, it's only to clarify. So go ahead, finish saying what you were saying. I appreciate you coming up too.
Yeah, I appreciate you for having me. Well, from an artist standpoint, or from Pooh Shiesty's standpoint, and from a street standpoint, he handled the way he know how to handle it. That's the street way.
Mm-hmm.
A motherfucker playing with your money, screw my friend. But a
Did
person
Pooh
playing.
did
Go ahead.
Pooh Shiesty allegedly do this? Because this is what I read. I don't know. I'm just going by the little research I did. So did Pooh Shiesty do this in order to get out of his contract with Gucci to go to Yo Gotti?
I don't know about going to Yo Gotti, but if I figure a person playing with me with my money and they don't like my situation, I'm gonna try to get out that deal. From a street standpoint, he handled it street way. But from a business standpoint, that ain't how you get out no contract.
Absolutely.
So even if you want to get out of that contract, the contract he cannot get out of, because if Gucci Man don't go in and say this what happened, that happened, they got evidence, they got the bodyguard, which is a retired officer that was there. That contract was, that paperwork was signed under duress. So it's not valid. It won't hold up.
It's not
It's
valid, right? So
not valid.
that's why people are saying even if Gucci signed and released him from his contract, it's not valid, like you said, and he's still under contract, right?
Yeah, sorry about that. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hold on. I'm about to go out and come back in.
Okay. All right, go out and come back in. I'll let you back up. Let me.
Yeah, you get me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you. You just couldn't hear me.
You mess up my thing. Calling me.
All right, y'all put in the chat and tell them to hit the link again. Tell them to come back up, because I kind of, you know. Y'all type in the chat for me and tell him to come back up. I'll let him back up. Well, he makes some good points, and that's the thing. That's the whole street mentality. These people can't get away. Like, you know, just common sense as grown adults. You know, if you enter into a contract and you think the contract is not legit, or you think you want to get out of the contract. Now, I don't know how successful you're gonna be on getting out of it, but
yeah, my bad. I'm back. I had something. I missed my damn thing. I would call me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that happens when you get a call. So, okay, so, yeah. So you were saying that even if Gucci signed for him to be released, it's not legit. He's still under contract.
Yeah, he's still under contract. That was signed under duress. So any legal fashion not gonna uphold that signature or whatever Pooh Shiesty tried to get signed or done.
And so basically you saying that you do believe Pooh Shiesty was trying to get out of the contract, but not necessarily to sign with Yo Gotti. I just heard that on one of the other content creators.
Yeah, I definitely think he was trying to get out of the contract, because he probably seeing his financials the whole time he was locked up in prison.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta remember, his cousin was on that label too, Big Scar. He seen how Gucci was handling Big Scar and other artists on that label, so he was like, when I get out, he probably all this was building up when he was locked up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So he was signed to Gucci before he was locked up.
Yes.
See, I don't
know.
I don't follow the rap world like that. I'd be interested sometimes when it's an artist that I like, and I like Gucci Man. But I'm asking you a lot of questions because you seem to know and I just don't, right? Yeah, so Pooh Shiesty was signed to Gucci, but even before he got locked up.
Yes, when he did the first crime in Miami, he did that once he got signed. So he initially got signed, and then he did the dumb crime in Miami that caught him to 5 years.
That's dumb. That's real dumb. That's slow.
So now the whole time he was locked up, he went in right at the height when he got signed. So they were eating the whole time off his music then. So he probably seeing the financials. His cousin passed away, Big Scar, that was signed to the label. Gucci and them handled his situation properly. So all this festering while he locked up. So he looking at like, man, once I drunk, I'm gonna put X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna get out this contract.
So let me ask you a question about the Big Scar. So Big Scar was another person signed to Gucci, and he was the cousin of Shiesty.
Yeah, he's another artist signed with Gucci out of Memphis, Shiesty cousin.
Okay, so what happened to him?
He passed away. I think it was from drugs or something, like overdose or something.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I think it was probably foul play.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, a lot of these artists, there'd be a lot of foul play with these artists.
All right, so he passed away. And he passed away while Shiesty was locked up?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there was a big issue about his funeral getting paid for Gucci, man, and because that was his artist. Chains getting took back. 1017 chains getting took back from Gucci.
So do you think Gucci handled the situation like did Gucci help with his burial or homegoing or whatever?
Well, from what I'm hearing, well, from she put out the wife, Keisha
Mhm.
Kaur, that
Well, I think I remember hearing something about that. That wasn't too long ago, was it?
yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
I remember hearing about that, but
Well,
I ain't paid too much
she's saying that they got receipts that they gave her 10 grand, maybe or upwards of 20 grand, and but the family like y'all promised this, y'all promised that, and when it came time to do this, y'all kind of reneged. His funeral cost more than whatever y'all agreed upon. So it was like it got messy about the funeral, right? And
I remember that.
paying for his funeral.
I remember that. All right, so let's see. So that happened with him. So you saying the whole time Pooh Shiesty was locked up, he knew or he felt a way. So him getting out doing this or allegedly doing this is not a big shocker because he felt a way about Gucci anyway. The whole time he was locked up.
Exactly. He felt a certain way. And from a street standpoint, that's how most street cats handle their business. I'm gonna pull up on you in the block. How you like?
And another way street cats handle their business is that when a person does that, rob them or such and such, they don't report it to the police anyway.
No.
Yeah.
But when
So
dealing with, you know, you gotta realize we're not dealing with the same or the old Gucci man.
that's what I was saying. Now back in the day, cause see, like I said, don't ask me how I know about the street. I know stuff about how the street worked. Now, back in the day when Gucci was in the in the game, cause we all know what Gucci did, right? So back then, you probably not necessarily gotten away with it, but he wouldn't have been calling no police. Had it been back in the day when he was the old Gucci man doing what he did as the old Gucci man, right? It wouldn't have been no snitching. Cause see, it's a lot of people out here saying Gucci man snitched and they feel away about it. They feel away about this man telling the police who robbed and kidnapped him. But like you said, we're not working with the old Gucci that was, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. This man is a businessman. He got a whole label. He got a family. He got wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about Go ahead.
Well, what we're dealing with right now when it comes to the industry and this, in the world, we got a lot of picking and choosing. Or like how they like to say, select the politicians. A lot of people select the politicking. Who they want to call a rat, who they want to say a real nigga.
Absolutely.
We dealing with a different Gucci man. Some people say clone and all this. I don't buy into all the cloning stuff.
Yeah, they've been saying he a clone. That ain't the real Gucci man. Keisha got roots on him. She got all this stuff. Now, do I feel like she's an alpha female? Do I feel like, like I said, I can do a whole live on what I feel about her. It's not about her. But yeah, it's a lot being said. They've been saying for years that Gucci's clone is not the same Gucci. And I don't understand why people just can't recognize that people change, right? So what do you think with the whole clone stuff? I don't believe in that stuff, but like I said, I don't understand.
Cloning does exist. It's out there. They've been doing that. If you ever go back and watch the movie Face Off, it was showing us then.
Movie Face Off, that's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, go back
and you're right. They did do that in the movie. They did.
Yeah, they put subliminal stuff in the movies. The technology already been out. Technology is not new. We just recycle technology. So the cloning and all that stuff, it's been out. We starting to see it now or catch a wind of it because our eyes open, certain people, But from a label standpoint and a business standpoint, he don't have to snitch because he was there, a crime was committed. He has a bodyguard that's an ex-officer, so the officer under his oath and his brotherhood, he has to take the stand and testify.
He has to, because that's what my brother Trey put in his post. He was like, Okay, just to say Gucci Man didn't snitch. Gucci Man didn't tell that those security guards or that one security guard that's an ex-officer, there were witnesses. There were other victims. So whether or not Gucci Man, snitched, as they say, or whatever, these people were gonna tell it.
Well, he got to tell it too and get back to the contract because you got two sides to that contract. Well, you got two sides to that. If he don't say nothing, then Shiesty can walk away out that contract. They're stand to lose millions. For the bodyguard now to testify as to what happened, that makes the signing under duress, hold up in court to where he can't get out the contract now. He goes back to prison. They go eat off his music. So at this point, hell no, you get out the contract. Hell no, I ain't gonna release you because I'm finna eat off you now.
And that's sad. And he should have thought about that before he did what he did.
But you can't tell a person and that mindset that's a boss. Pooh Shiesty a boss in his own right because he got his own little team, he got his own little movement, and he come from the street. So you can't tell a street person to handle things the legal way or business wise. They just don't know or haven't been taught or privy to that.
My boy, what is you talking about? Pooh Shiesty in the live? What is you talking about, Trey?
So they're gonna handle how they know how to handle it, and that's the street way.
Go ahead.
When he would have just been patient, got a legal team together, and got out the contract the legal way, or bought himself out the contract. Cause the music going up, the music hot, the music selling. So just get your money and then buy yourself out the contract. He just has the people in his corner that rather be his parents, homeboy. He doesn't have solid people that
got his daddy that's committing the crime with him. His daddy. Don't make sense.
So look at the mama too though. Go back to that first day
I
out.
don't know about the mama. Inform us on the mama.
Listen to the snippet in that song FDO. Or listen to the mama say, "Oh yeah, son, you get out, pop your shit." Everybody that doubted you was nice, so she ain't really was encouraging the shit too.
So you mean to tell me this is why this man is a career criminal? And I say career criminal because he's already been in prison. Seems like to me, because the behavior that I'm gonna just say this: the behavior that he involves himself in, you don't just do that shit overnight. That's you've been doing crazy shit, and then you done been to prison before. You get out, you ain't even out a year, and you do go back for the same thing you did before. So the mama and the daddy,
yeah,
I mean, man,
it come from the upbringing. He got taught that stuff, man. It's hard to break something taught. It's like the old moniker: you could take a person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them.
That's what somebody said.
There's something that really needs to be studied with the behavior of these kids coming out of Memphis, from Pooh Shiesty to Finesse 2 Times. It's something really wrong. It's something really going on in Memphis. Like, what's in the water? Or they really failing these kids, and these really kids are traumatic. Dealing with so much traumatic stuff as a kid is carrying over to the adulthood.
Yeah.
And they continue to make bad decisions as adults or young men and women.
I agree. And it's sad to me, honestly, when a kid has two parents that's, allegedly behaving the way that this young man parents up behaving, they don't really have a chance. Like and I wish Trey was up here. I don't know. He may be busy. That's my brother. That's my partner. He live in Memphis. He from Memphis. So I've heard him speak a lot on Memphis and what goes on in Memphis and the whole Memphis vibe. But I think it's sad. For his dad to be arrested along with him. He's a junior, of course. They said, and you said the mom, she off the chain. He ain't have a chance. To me, honestly, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
You gotta have at least one parent that got a level head that they gonna tell you to do right, even if one of the other parents ain't. You know what I'm saying?
And now the parents can't really tell him nothing because he got more money than the parents. So he probably looking at the parent like, man, you can't tell me nothing. I'm the breadwinner.
I have never heard. I'm gonna tell you something, and this how ignorant I am to this guy. That's why I'm glad you hit my link. I ain't never heard of no damn Pooh Shiesty ever. But you know what? I don't listen to the radio. I don't do uh, a
Well,
mainstreaming or nothing like
he
that.
been
I don't.
gone. He was gone those 3 to 4 years right before he blowed up because of the incident that led him to prison. So he probably would have never went to prison this time. The first time, you probably would have heard him because he had the song with Lil Durk back in Blood that was hot, but right at the height, he got locked up.
Before he can even like blow all the way up, he got
Yeah,
locked
he
up.
didn't really get to blow all the way up, because he right when he got blue, he went right. He did that dumb junk in Miami that got him locked up. Similar
Sort of
to the
kind of like
first.
the same thing. Sort of kind of having like with Remy Ma. Now I know about Remy Ma, so that's kind of like telling you my age, but not so much, and don't ask. But kind of like with her, like when she first was, doing her thing back in the day, she had not all the way blew up or whatever. She went to prison, remember, and she got out and she blew up with Big Pun and them.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know.
It's like Shine. Like when Shine did that, what he did with Puppy though, and took that rapper Puppy, you go to wait 10 years. Then he was like, "Who is Shine?" But Shine was hot at that time. He go away for 10 years.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
This can, right now, this really amplifying his street cred. So it's good for the label.
What good is street cred though in the whole midst of it all? Like, I get the whole, and I guess some people are raised that way. Like with the street cred, is more important than anything. But isn't the success of having a successful music career, making good money to be able to take care of your family, shouldn't that be like on a higher level than the whole street cred thing? What you think? I mean, I get it.
Yes, from a logical standpoint, yes. But from, like you just mentioned, some people live off the street cred. Some people they rather be famous than get the bag, so to speak.
Right.
I'd rather lead more towards fame than actually getting the bag and chilling out and build generational wealth.
Absolutely.
But yeah, that he the mastermind behind all that. Because you got to think about it. If I know my husband, so to speak, a Gucci man, an old Gucci man, a high head. If he was the old Gucci man, they wouldn't have ran that play like that. They probably would have never tried him like that.
Good point.
But they know this a new Gucci. Or she could have devised a plan and say, okay, if you want to get out, you want to do something to him, I know how you will. Okay, let's do this way.
Wait a minute. So this is you once again. Now I gotta go back to this because you put that in the chat. So this is you once again saying, and I'm glad you're on the panel so you can make it perfectly clear what you're trying to say. I don't want to put words in mouth. So what you're saying is that you think his wife, Keisha, what her name, Kia or whatever the hell's her name is, you think that she worked with Shiesty to devise this plan to do this, or okay, tell me what you're saying.
I'm giving it from opposite ends of the spectrum. I'll give it the viewers. You gotta look at it from two ends. From on her end, she definitely not. I don't know. She by that being they artists, they could have a vibe to plan together. But on the other flip end, she knowing Gucci and the new Gucci dealing with mental issues. A person dealing with mental issues, they can spaz out anytime.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was already on the track before he got the mental issues, the old Gucci.
But this woman ain't had nothing to do with this boy taking it in his own hands to try to rob this man or kidnap this man in order to get out of a contract.
No,
you said you don't think she had.
No, what she could do, but you gotta look at it like this. Okay, how can I kill two birds with one stone? If I want him, how can I get him out of the way? If I'm really want to get Shiesty out the way, if you really want to get out of his contract, well, we're not just gonna let him out of his contract because he's out cash cow. It's only two artists that Gucci Man kept on that label. If you go back to his old post, Fujiano and Pooh Shiesty, they're the only two cash cow artists he had. So the other artists, he just dropped them off the label. So they weren't just going to drop Shiesty off the label or Fujiano when he get out. You're not just gonna drop them off the label.
So he got another artist that's locked up.
Yeah, Fujiano, he from Atlanta.
Oh God.
And them the
What he
two
just-
artists he had for that label.
Okay.
So they're not just gonna drop their cash cow. So in that sense, she can say, okay, look, yo, I gotta thank for Gucci Mane. That's what she's doing now. She's his handler. She's thanking for him, make a business decision for him. She pretty much run that label, not Gucci. So she might look at it like, I know he young, dumb, he'll crash out. So I just send him over there. Every time I get out of the contract, where's your meet you? Because you're not gonna. First of all, the scene don't make sense.
So what you're saying is, she set up the meeting for the so-called peace talk or whatever.
Bingo.
She set that meeting up knowing that this dude, Pooh Shiesty, was as you call it, a crash out, hot head or whatever. And she knew that Gucci was gonna tell him, look, you're not getting out this contract. So you saying she knew that Pooh Shiesty was gonna pretty much do what he did.
Well, he had the potential, potential of doing what he did. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So it's like, say you, it's chess not checkers. Say you going through with somebody, especially y'all going through with money. So you saying like, man, this nigga owe me some money, but instead of me handling the street way, how can I form another plan to get my money back or handle it another kind of way? So you got to outsmart the other person. It's chess not checkers. She played chess.
I'm just say this to what you're saying. Now that I got the full understanding of what you're saying, it makes sense. I'm gonna say that for one. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it has been alleged before that Keisha is on that fuck shit.
Yeah, she on that. She been on that for a shit.
It's been alleged, previously that Keisha, when it comes to Gucci, pretty much like you said, I like how you put it when you said she's his handler. Okay. And say that she pretty much mind manipulates him or it's just a lot. Like I say, I could do a whole live on this chick, but I'm not, because like I say, it's not about her. Well, it could be about her if she did what you are alleging she might have done. Now, that's taking a risk. And I'm gonna tell you so. That to me says that if it's true that she even had this on her brain or in her thought process when she did this, Gucci could have been hurt. Gucci could have been unalived. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's whack. I think that's foul. But it's not far. It's not a far reach from what they said. Some of the stuff she's done in the past.
Oh no, it's not far fetched. And the reason I take on stuff like this because I can relate. Because I got double crossed by a motherfucker I was with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got shot like 5 times as a result.
Oh God. Thank God you still here.
Yeah, that's why I don't dive into these celebrities, but I see now it might be my calling because I know a lot of stuff when it comes to entertainment because I was in the entertainment business. Yeah, I was in the entertainment business for about 4 or 5 years.
Oh,
and
wow.
I dealt with artists. I actually met Gucci Mane when he was with Sign Yourself, when he first with Big Cat Records.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of these artists. I booked a lot of these artists. You know what I'm saying? So I'm privy to a lot of information, a lot of stuff that go on, not only in the entertainment world, in the streets also.
But I'm glad you showed up in my chat. How'd you show up in my chat? By the title?
I was trying to find my other link to my damn sports channel, and I was just scrolling through like reels and lives, and your live popped up. So I just and then I seen the title, said, click on it, and I clicked on it. I sat back in the room just listening.
Okay. Hey, Brandy.
And that's when I started typing it.
Excuse me.
Because
I'm glad
you got a lot of people, you got a lot of artists now. Like what's his name? Atlanta. Damn. The boy from Great Britain, London.
Child, don't ask me. Please don't ask me, because I don't know these rappers. I don't even know.
He an artist right now in Atlanta. He just made a post about he playing Pooh Shiesty music, so he pretty much taking jabs at Gucci Man. But I'm
Gotcha.
like, how you take a jab at Gucci, call him a snitch, but y'all pick and choose with Young Thug? So it's like you got a lot of selective politics going on right now in the streets in Atlanta.
Oh, you know, it's the same way it works on here on this YouTube. Like you can have two people, right? You can have two people that's doing such and such, or have done such and such, and you'll get a group. You're gonna get people that support the person. Now, did both of the same things. Now you'll get a group of people that say, "Oh, they right for what they did, this and then the third, they good," and then the other person do the same thing, and they'll say, "You wrong, you wrong, you wrong." And I get what you're saying about the whole Young Thug thing. Now, let's talk about that. Let's make the two comparisons, right? So, my partner, my brother, he covered the Young Thug thing than I did or whatever. He know more about it. But so with the Young Thug thing, allegedly he snitched, right?
Well, he did.
Okay.
He did,
All
but
right.
he did get in that interrogation room and talk.
Right.
And then had to
But,
try to
but what you saying is these same people that's down with Thug and didn't see nothing wrong with what he did, they coming for Gucci for pretty much doing the same thing.
Yeah, but in a sense, it's not really the same thing. If you look at this Gucci band thing, and
Oh, it's really not the same thing. It's really not because Thug was engaging and participating in whatever it is he snitched about. Gucci was innocent. The only thing Gucci was guilty of is not letting him out that contract, or maybe not paying him like he's supposed to be paid. I'll give him that. Let's just say he wasn't paying the dude like he was supposed to, or whatever, or he didn't do what he was supposed to do when it came to the funeral. Okay, like you said, you handled that a different way, not the street way, because this ain't that. You know what I'm saying?
And now on that, you still not out of the contract, bro.
Still under the contract. So what did you accomplish? But going back to prison.
Nah, that's why you gotta go back to the wife. Is she knowing this? She knowing it.
Oh,
They ain't finna outsmart Keisha.
Her.
A big girl.
It's just crazy.
I can get you out of the way. Now when you go in, I still get off you, nigga. So you only leave. You leave when I say you leave. That's pretty. They at the point now. They leave when they want. They get tired. So when they get tired of making the bag of it, then I let you out.
Basically, it was the whole manipulation that people have been accusing her of. It's the same thing.
Yeah. So who at the end of the day, she gonna eat all the financial coming to her. Gucci's not in the right mind. So anything happen to him, she his handler, she his power.
Let me say this about this whole Gucci not being in his right mind thing. Now we do know Gucci has the whole, I think it's like the schizophrenia thing going on. But you know what? If he take his meds, okay, like, because I don't want to make it seem like the man just walking around, just walking around crazy every day, don't know what's going on and just out of it. I don't. We can't put that stamp on the mentally ill. Like if they take their medication or whatever, they can be normal functioning adults. Like, so do you think that Gucci may not be like taking his meds or doing what he's supposed to do? Do you actually think that Gucci right now is not in his right mind frame?
Well, I don't know their situation, but I do know Voodoo is real. I do know the spirit real. You don't know what she playing. She from the island. She's from Jamaica. She's know how to
definitely from the islands, and I've definitely heard stories about this woman.
She know how to play. Listen, I had an ex-wife that was involved in witchcraft. I ain't know it till later on in our situation. So you don't know what people praying on, what people conjuring up, spirit they conjuring up to keep a person in that state of mind. If he not prayed up, he not connected to higher power, she gonna run circles around him.
Damn. Well, I'm telling you, what you saying is not far fetched, and it kind of makes sense. Hey, Sonya. Hey, Boogie.
But now, if I'm hearing, they didn't have the evidence like they saying they had.
Yeah, well, I saw that too in the video. I saw that too.
If they ain't had the evidence like they said they have, the feds ain't coming if they ain't got the key.
A lot of people don't. Now, one thing I will say about this, though, I'm gonna make 2 points. The first point I'm gonna make, and I know about the feds, don't ask me how I just do. Normally, with the feds, they investigate for years. I mean, the feds will investigate you for years. But one thing about the feds, when they get you, they got you. You pretty
Yes.
much is got. If the feds come for you, if the feds kick your door in, if the feds get you, you got. It ain't no ifs, ands, or but. It ain't like the city police, and it's not the state police, right? So, with that being said, with this particular thing, though, it was quick. It was quick.
Yeah, because the play was already put in motion. That's why I think the play was already put in motion from the Keisha, the labor is knowing that he gonna eventually crash out. Cause I'm pretty
Right.
sure they're probably already having backdoor call deals. It's like if he can't, if Shiesty got out or Shiesty was in there trying to contact him, and Gucci not answering his calls, his emails, his letters, so he already formulated, man, when I get out, man, he gonna see about me on this one. But if the wife, she running the label and playing the game how she playing it, then she already knowing, okay, this I could trick him off. I could put him in a trick bag.
And this is the thing. No, let me give you credit for what you're saying, because this is the thing. If this woman knew that this dude was on house arrest, why is you setting now him showing up is another thing. But if you knowing this dude is on house arrest, why are you setting up a meeting for him to meet Gucci other than at his house? You setting up a meeting somewhere else other than where he's supposed to be.
Exactly. That's why I say look at the scenery. You don't do no business meeting at no damn studio. Especially not to get no contract. You finna get your lawyer, get my lawyer. We go to an office or whatever, but then we handle business like that.
But he wasn't supposed to be in the place, though. That's the thing. He wasn't supposed to be away from, you know what I'm saying, where he was on papers. He was on house arrest.
Well,
he
then you gotta
supposed
go
to
back. You gotta go back. Who set that meeting up?
Exactly.
Okay, who set the meeting up? Did the wife set the meeting up? She set the meeting up. Okay, she know that's gonna be an automatic violation.
She knew that was gonna be an automatic violation. She knew that.
Boy, you out of here. That's
Go
why you
back
killed
to
the trooper. Yes,
Oh
and
my
I still
God.
can eat off you. I still can collect the bag. He's still on the contract. Now this void out whatever he would have signed with Gucci. It's under duress. That's no good. So she done killed two birds with one stone. Not only that, now she got the other dude with him. She got the big 30 boy with him too. He done got other niggas locked up with him.
Oh my God. You making a whole lot of sense. And I don't do no, like, I'm telling you, I ain't no conspiracy theory person. There's a lot of content I don't watch because it be too much and it be a lot of, you know, things being put out that's not true. But what you're saying, it makes a whole lot of sense. That fact alone about him not supposing to be where he was where this whole meeting took place is enough for me. Like, why would you do that? If you know this man on paper, you know he on house arrest, why would you set up a meeting somewhere other than where he's supposed to be? But him doing it, it's just dumb.
Because he's not thinking. He thinking from a street level standpoint.
I guess.
When it comes to us and our people, we handle things the street way instead of handle things the legal way. White folk handle things the legal way. You find out a contract dispute, you gotta handle it the legal way. You see what I'm saying? Handling the street way, I'm gonna get you back in jail or dead. So you gotta handle it the legal way. She know he ain't on this business. He knew he gonna handle the street way. Okay, street way. Why you think they got the officer as a security guard?
Right.
The old Gucci man would have had. Well, from my understanding, he had this dude that was there. He'd have had him on his team for quite a while now.
Right.
But the old Gucci man probably wouldn't have had no
homeboys and
homeboys.
niggas from the street. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll turn out a different way.
He doing things differently.
Now, it ain't he doing things different. She running that thing. If it would led to Gucci man, he wouldn't have all that. She running that. She putting all these people in place. She putting the security guards, the right security. She putting the right things in place.
Somebody who she know gonna tell it, because guess what? Had it been street dudes, they may not have said that. You know, street dudes just don't deal with the cops. They don't snitch, as they say. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So having this ex-officer was the right thing to do.
She protected the bag and the brand.
Oh God. I
And,
get
and,
protected
and, and
bad.
if anything happened to Gucci, who you think? She the power attorney. Everything go back to her. So it's a win-win for her.
Yeah, I ain't
Man,
want to put that in the air, but you know what I'm
man,
saying?
put it
Like I
out there.
said,
Put it on the air. Put it on the
I
floor.
put it in the air by saying she didn't know, even though she knew it probably was gonna be something, and she knew something like this was gonna happen. But that man could have been hurt in the process. He could have been unalive. Anything. You can't predict what's gonna happen in these situations.
Now let me ask you this: do you think she care about that?
I don't think she cared. Absolutely not. I don't. Any woman, let me just say this, and like I said, I'm not gonna make this about her, but it is about her. Any woman that comes to the United States and leave kids, her kids over there across the waters to be taken care of, cared for by somebody else, come over here and make a whole new. He dropped y'all. Y'all put it in chat for him to come back. I'm finna saying what I'm saying because I got to get it out and make a whole new life with another man, make another child or whatever. And your kids wake up. No, I don't trust her. I don't.
Yeah, I gotta tell my rain guard. Motherfucker keep calling me if I can apply. Anyway, what was your response to that? I asked you. Do
Okay,
you think she?
response. This is my response. No, I don't think she care. Because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I don't trust this woman. You know, besides the things that I've heard about her, any woman, all right, that has kids, all right, over there across the waters, leave her kids, come over here, get married, have another kid, and you done left your kids over there. Whether you was sending money, I don't give a damn because it ain't nothing like the presence of a parent. You got other people taking care of, caring for your kids over across the waters, and you over here living the life. And any woman that can leave their kids to be, unless they're just not able to be taken care of by somebody else other than them, I don't trust her. I don't trust her. I think she's all about the money. I think she's all about the bag. Do I think she cared if something happened to Gucci? No, I don't.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. No, she ain't care.
I'm just saying. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. I've had my thoughts and opinions about this woman before all this even popped out. You know what I'm saying? I had my thoughts and opinions back when I watched their whole wedding special going on. You know what I'm saying? And even before that, it's just something about her. You know, it is some women that out there, they got that cutthroat mentality. They got that, you know, I'm going to get it no matter how I get it, no matter who's in the world, I'm going to get it. That she's that.
Yeah, she cut though.
She's that.
Yeah, she rubbed me wrong when I seen that Carlos King interview she did in Miami on
You
that.
know, I don't know nothing about no Carlos King. Let me look that up so I can say that. Hold on.
Yeah,
Carlos
that
King.
interview she talked about when she did it with him on the boat, in Miami. I'm like, hold on, something ain't right about it.
Hold on, because I might have to pull that up on. Hold on. 8 months ago. It was
Yeah.
an hour long.
Yeah.
Keisha K.O. Oh, it's K.O. I knew it was something like that, the heifer. Keisha K.O. How she keeps Gucci Man happy, rumors of kids. Yeah, I'm going to have to get into that one.
And if you go and back to what we said, how she keep him happy, she keep his ass sedated.
Well, she did say she keep him on his meds, but he has to be on his meds. Now, if he's on anything other than his meds, that's fucked up. But, you know, he has to, with that schizophrenia, he has to be on certain meds.
Yeah, but I think most of the meds be kind of doing more harm than they helping these people.
Okay.
Because if you believe it, what's the name? Go back to both sides say, I get the herbs for the healing of the nation. Not to get biblical when you or spiritual. I'm more spiritual than biblical. But you got the herbs out there. So these medications that you get from these pharmaceutical companies, they're not helping you. It's kind of doing more hurt, more harm than help.
Mm-hmm.
And then she feed them these meds to stay kind of sane.
Mm-hmm. It's the other Carlos King. It's not Carlos King. It's Carlos King. You know, the dude that do the housewife shit. It's different dude, Tanya.
Yeah.
Carlos King, but I found it. We're gonna get into it. How does he know what she giving him? Hell, he better know. Ain't nobody giving me no medicines, and I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, but you know a whole lot comes with that. So, he should know what the hell she get. See, you know the thing about it is you're supposed to be able to trust your spouse, your wife, or whatever, not to do you any harm. But with this chick, I'm sorry.
Man, you can't trust. I told you. I got that on my ex-wife. Can't trust nobody anymore in the world. But
Yeah.
but God and yourself. You put everything in you. That's why you got to vet. The most important decision you make in your life is the person you get with, whether you marry or you live a life with. That's why I tell my boys, that's the most important person, a decision you'll make. Not no house, not no car. It's the mother you choose to be with,
That's true. I'm
have
telling
kids
you,
with.
it's true. That's facts. That's facts.
Because as we can see now, family ain't family. Family snake you. So,
Family will snake you out before a person on the street will snake you out.
yeah, what Jesus said, who my family? The ones that here with me, that's my family. Just because we grow up together, we blood, that don't mean you're my family. I'm going to judge your character and your morals.
Yup.
If they not lined up, we ain't equally yoked spiritually, you're not my family.
That's true. But I do want to finish this. I enjoy talking to you. I want you to stay up. If you can, stay up and we'll talk some more. But I do want to get through the rest of this damn.
The live. In video.
No, not the live, the press conference. That's what I'm trying to say.
The video, the press conference.
Yeah, I do. I want to hear what the cops
But
got
I'm
to
gonna
say.
leave you with this one here.
Okay.
If for what I'm hearing now, it's saying they ain't have enough evidence and all this.
Okay.
If they beat this, then you got to take it back. Was this a marketing ploy, like I said in the comment?
Because it's just like I said,
you
Black
don't beat
Dollar.
this. You don't supposed to beat this. Just cut dry.
But no. Even if they beat it, like let's talk about it. Even if they beat it, the other guys may be good, but Pooh Shiesty is not gonna be good. He violated. He going back to prison.
Yeah. Well, she tricked him.
Look, for one, exactly, she knew that. Look, because for one, he wasn't supposed to be there. Okay, that's violated. He violated. And for two, he wasn't supposed to be with no firearms. He violated twice, and it may be more violations. But either way it goes, like you said, he going back to prison.
Yeah, she put him in a trip bag. She could eat. She could eat up the music. Cause the music finna blow up. If the people ain't know about the song, yeah, if people ain't know about the song before, now they double it back to listen to the song and be like, damn, this nigga really about that life he living. Unlike most
you know
rappers.
they gonna break it down. And I ain't never heard no Pooh Shiesty, and I'm going to listen to the song. I don't do rap.
Now when you listen to the song, you be like, damn, this nigga that did everything he rapped about in this song.
Absolutely.
Now you see why I say, but with the marketing and the promotion, how a label, they want the artist to be kind of close to what they rapping about. Cause the perception and the image.
Yes. Yeah. And we do know when these artists go to prison, they blow up. It is what it is.
Yeah. Either in death or prison, they artists gonna skyrocket. They music.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, she put him in a trip bag, and now she eat. Damn. And everybody need to get off that damn. Oh, he's bitching. No, I mean they gotta stay a damn thing.
That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing.
That shit goofy, man.
That's my whole thing. What the hell?
Yeah, the police got to come down. He gonna have under oath, under his brotherhood as an officer. He took an oath. He got to uphold that oath. He got to talk. Gucci ain't got to say a goddamn thing. Well, they gonna ask him, of course he got to say, whatever, but he ain't got to go into detail. The officer gonna do that.
Absolutely.
And other victims, shit. Like you said, you want more than one victim, but the cameraman got robbed. His jury too.
I want to listen to, like I said, this press conference and some other videos I got before I have to go. But what I want is I hope you subscribe to the channel, and I hope you stay in the chat and continue to type in the chat. Now, I do want to ask you and I don't know when it's gonna be. I always schedule my lives. If you become a subscriber and hit that bell, you'll get my notification. I am gonna get into that interview with Carlos King, right? And I would love for you to come up on the panel um, when I react to that interview, if you
Definitely.
can.
Yeah, definitely I will do. I already subscribed to you before I came to the league. So yeah, keep me posted. That's good if you start doing that like that. That way, if you
Oh yeah, cause see now
go like
I
certain
never
times,
take a
you
deep
know,
dive. See, I was my intentions was to talk about what happened and let it go. But see, now I want to do a deep dive and I want to talk about it. So I'm absolutely gonna come back and talk about it some more. On
yeah,
this channel, I go like
you gotta connect the
on this.
dots. You gotta do a deep dive. It go take you back to the wire.
Absolutely. And I come on, I've been trying to come on this channel at least 3 times a week, maybe 2, but definitely I try to do 3, but definitely 2. And I always schedule my lives. Okay. So you'll get a notification for it, and so you'll know to come in. And I hope and pray you come back. You know what I'm saying? And once again, thank God you still here. And we could get into and I see you talk about your story a little bit as we talking about his, which is good too also. Um but yeah, I appreciate you hitting the link. I do.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you for having me, man. Y'all support this lady here. She's doing the big things. You keep doing your thing. Don't get discouraged, man. I got you. And
Okay, so do me a favor. When you go back down in the chat, make sure you type in the chat at least once more so my moms can get they can click uh your icon and go over and get your link. Y'all put his link in the chat for me. Even though and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna put it on my community wall. I'm gonna go to your channel and put your link on my community wall. Y'all go and check him out. This is Black Dollar.
Black Dog
Black
TV,
Dollar.
man. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna start doing more stuff on here on celebrity stuff and just more
Oh, you
content.
welcome. You
Matter of
welcome.
fact, I'm gonna go put up a short with this minute. So
Yeah, because I think you can add a lot to this. Look at what you added to this live. Like you can really, if you wanted to get back into it, you can start with this right here.
I definitely will, man. I definitely will.
I think you should. I do. I think you should.
Yeah, and I got you, man. You know, anytime you come up, I got you. Anytime you need some information when it comes to certain things that you
Oh, whenever I go
bring up.
live, if you hit it, whenever I go live on it, if you want to hit the link and come up, you can. I'll put the link on my community wall.
And I appreciate that, sister, man. Y'all have a blessed one. I'll get back in on the chat and fall back
Oh,
out.
you have a blessed, beautiful day. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I'll take you down. All right, y'all. I'm gonna continue. Let me see how much longer we got on this first conference. One of my mods, when he type in the chat, I'm gonna put it. Y'all can still put his link in the chat, but I'm gonna share it out on my community wall. Y'all go over and check him out. Go over there and check him out. I appreciate him showing up on the link. I really do. We got this is about the end. This press comes about the end. Then we're gonna get into a couple more videos before I have to get out. All right, so let me play this out.
FBI, and I'm just really honored to stand shoulder to shoulder with the men and women in my office. So again, we look forward to prosecuting this case vigorously. And if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to Catherine Miller.
All right, so hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I'm straight on y'all end. Ooh, this whole thing, I tell you, it's a mess. But everything he said makes sense to me because of me knowing how that woman is. It's a type. Lord. All right, let me see what's next. I think it's Carlos King. This I do Carlos King this time, y'all. Let's get into his video that he posted. All right. Let's see. Oh, you welcome, Black Dollar. Thanks for coming up. There, y'all want. I don't know if that's the link that Boogie put in there, but y'all put his link in the chat. I'm gonna share him out on my community wall. Y'all go over and check his channel out. I did go over there, but I'm gonna go back over there and watch those videos I saw over there on his channel. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now as I play Carlos King. This is our dude Carlos King, y'all, and this is the video that he dropped concerning this whole thing. But before I do that, y'all give me 1 minute. Let me go get me another water, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I'm back. I apologize for the pause. I apologize. Okay, let's see what y'all saying. Y'all support the system. Oh, thank you, Black Dollar. Um, it's not allowing us to click on it unless it's blue. I know, but I'm finna put it on my wall, Sonya. I'll be posting one more celebrity content videos, reels, and panel discussions. Okay, y'all go over there and support it. Hold on. Miss Lynn said thanks. Thank you, Miss Lynn. No, thank you, Lynn. Yes, Sonya, it won't be on this vertical app. I will go to true. Yeah, let me do it right now before I start talking, because y'all know how I lose focus when I go to running my mouth. Okay, so let me click on him in the chat. Hold on. I first gotta go. Let me see. All right, let's see, y'all. Mm. All right, y'all go to the community wall. Losing focus. We're gonna be ignoring you for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm ignoring you so I can stay on track, and that's why I'm ignoring you, because you've been acting up ever since you dropped down in the chat. Okay, so don't be. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, she ignoring me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all see she ignoring me and things of that nature. I don't want to hear it, Boogie. I don't want to hear it, because you know you always throw me off. You made very. Oh, thank you, Tanya. He did. He really did. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Okay, so let's get into this video. Boogie, behave.
For breaking news at midday, federal agents on the ground in Cordova searching a home owned by the family of rapper Pooh Shiesty. The feds confirmed to Fox 13 they executed a federal search and arrest warrant. Neighbors reporting hearing flashbangs as agents entered the home early this morning.
Always.
And our crew saw them carrying boxes out of the home as well. And this happened over the past several hours. Fox 13's Jeremy Pierre has the latest details from Cordova. We're going to check in with him.
We're still working to learn the specifics in this house raid that took place here at this home in Cordova. We do know that according to the Shelby County Assessor's Office, that this home is registered to Lontrell Williams. Now, Lontrell Williams, that is the father of Pooh Shiesty, who also has the name Lontrell Williams Jr. Now, as for the specifics into this investigation, we're still working that out. We have learned that that this was an official warrant that was issued for this home, a search warrant for this home. Those FBI agents, TBI agents, came to the neighborhood about 5:30 or so. People who live in this neighborhood told us that they heard flashbangs, and they also heard the shouting from the FBI agents, TBI agents, telling whoever inside of the home to come out with their hands up. Again, this happened about 5:30 or so this morning. Take a listen to what people we spoke to who are very on edge this morning after what happened early this morning, waking them up.
Heard these couple of loud booms, so.
As far as them not finding the weapons, I'm not surprised. Because you'll be even dumber criminal. You're a dummy because you're a criminal, but you're even dumber criminal if you keep whatever weapons or whatever. Even though I guess there was no shooting or whatever, but you would be real dumb to keep the weapons around that you used in committing a crime. But a lot of people do it. A lot of people do it. Black Dollar said it would come out. It would all come down to what that security guard say. And believe me, what he says is gonna hold weight. Just for the mere fact that he's an ex-cop, what he says is gonna hold weight. Gucci not gonna talk, and Shiesty team gonna stay silent. We're gonna see how it play out, honey. Well, here, you know what? I think a lot of people thought Young Thug was gonna stay silent. A lot of people thought a lot of these people around here snitching was gonna stay silent. You can know, I mean, to be honest, okay, I get staying silent, but how long you gonna stay silent? These people hitting you with time, fed time. Now, according to what I, don't heard in the past, yeah, it's gonna play out. Fed time is the best time. If you're gonna do time, do Fed time. Because Fed prisons are way different than state prisons. And like I said, you can go into Fed, you can do programs, you can get time off and things of that sort. But who wants to go to prison at all? Listen, and this is the thing, Black Dollar. Another thing that I just talked about this. I just talked about this. I said if you gonna commit a crime, if you just gonna commit a crime, do it by yourself. You got 9 other people that allegedly has been charged. 9 other people. Now, to me, honestly, when it comes to committing a crime, the more people you have involved, the more people that's a part of it, the more chance you have of somebody snitching. You commit a crime with 9 people. That's too many. Unless they like playing with them boys in there. Who wants to go? Exactly. I'm saying, like, the more people you involved in your criminal activities, the more people you tell you gonna do it, the more people you involve, that's the more chance you taking of somebody snitching, man. Come on, 9 people. Really? Nah, I ain't doing that. Somebody gonna say something. All right, let's listen.
I came outside and, I heard them say, come out with your hands up. We've got a warrant.
Now, again, the FBI confirming that this was an investigation, a raid that took place at this home. Of course, stay with Fox 13. We're going to continue to stay on top of this story for you all throughout.
All right, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video, right? So look, man, this is one of the most stupidest things that I have seen somebody do in so damn long, bro, when it comes to some rap shit. Now, it's kind of crazy that I got to say this about Lil Pooh Shiesty, man, because, I ain't going to lie. I rock with the music and shit. I feel like, his character said a lot about him and things like that. But ultimately, being a crash out ain't nothing to be glorified, what I'm saying, especially by me over here on my channel and shit like that. But to do some shit like this really, really is crazy to me. So if you don't know, or if you haven't seen this morning, which I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have, but a lot of people think that it's all propaganda and a lie. And then at first, I thought it was some BS too. But once I seen somebody talk about it a couple of months ago, I think the dude named AK, shout out to you if you run across this shit. Shout out to you. Not Academics, another one.
Let me let me slow my baby daddy down, cause baby, he be talking. All right, we're gonna slow him down a little bit.
But basically, shit, I seen it a couple of months ago, and I don't really watch a lot of people on YouTube and stuff like that. But I seen this because it popped up. I guess it was trending or whatever. And shit, he was saying certain shit, and I was like, you know what? A lot of this shit sound for real. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you don't know what to believe these days. But ultimately, it ended up coming out to be true. So basically, Pooh Shiesty allegedly robbed, kidnapped, and made Gucci Mane sign a damn release form to let him off of the label, which was crazy to me because I feel like shit with him being on papers, basically in the halfway house. Doing shit like this, bro, you gotta be slobbering slow. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Come on.
Somebody on Gucci Mane. They said he had an AK-47. Now I haven't watched this video, but I read some of the report before I came to y'all with this video. But basically, they said that it was all orchestrated by him and other people that was associated with him. He relieved Gucci Mane of his jury. They saying that they took his jury. It was a collective of people. They held him against his will. Basically, wouldn't let him out of the door. And with that being said, that's kidnapping and shit. Basically, to a certain extent. But it was an undercover officer with them allegedly.
Hold on. So Wack 100. Now I heard of him in one of the clips I listened to this morning. Wack 100. I don't know who Wack 100 is. I think he has a channel or whatever. I don't know if he's a rapper of such. I do know I think he has a channel. But you said Wack 100 says Pooh Shiesty dad had been working as an informant with the police. As far as like when? Because if he's been working as an informant, he was arrested. Are you saying he was working with the police for this particular situation, or he's been working with the police in the past? Because he was named as one of the people arrested. They let the dad out. Listen to him. Oh wow! And you know what? Me going back to come on, Black Dollar. You need to do content on this for real. Now going back to what I know about the feds. Now, I'm not saying this happened. Listen, don't do me, and please don't try to downplay my fetishes. I love a dreadhead. Not all dreadheads, but I love dreadheads that maintain their dreads and they look like this. Okay, now stop it. Now, going back to what I am saying, I've experienced some, y'all know, my people know, the people that support me, y'all know I've had some experience. Okay, not proud of it, not uh glad it happened, even though it wasn't me who was the perpetrator. But I've had some dealings with the feds. One thing I do know about the feds, another thing I know about the feds, because y'all know I done stated a couple of things about the feds. Hold on, let me get this speaker right. But yeah, so another thing about the feds is this. They will pick you up. They will pick you up. Okay, and when they pick you up, they got evidence, right? They got all this evidence. You pretty much got it if they pick you up. They will offer you. One thing about the feds, they'll offer you a job. They will offer you a job. He a content creator. Okay, thank you, Melissa. They'll offer you to be a snitch. They'll offer you to help them. If you accept, you will be let right back out on the streets. You will. You sure will. They just that quick with it. They just that swift with it. They pick you up. They show you the evidence. Baby, they going to have pictures. They going to have videos. They going to have recordings. They going to have everything they need for your ass to go down that road. But if you agree to work with them, you be right back out on the street. Now, the fact that Black Dollar said that the dad was back out in 24 hours, yeah, kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense. For real.
And if you don't know, you know now. Shit, people who have undercover officers or ex-police, I think it was ex-police officer, yeah. You got any type of law enforcement?
Now, I will say this. Me and my baby daddy got to talk. Because, listen, I saw the video. Of course I watched the video where he got his dreads turned into wigs. I think they call it wigs. Okay, so he basically, I'm gonna go to his channel so I can tell you see, you throwing me off talking about my baby daddy, Tanya. Oh, hold on. I think it's called, because my I don't know, one person that's last retired in the streets. Absolutely, baby dog. That's true. That is so true. Hold on. What do you call it? From dreadlocks to wigs. That's what you call it, wigs. So listen, I know all about the wigs. My stepson, y'all know Tony, oldest son, he had wigs. He had them. He recently got his hair cut though. He got a low haircut, but he had them for a long time. Now, am I a big fan of the wigs? Not necessarily, and it's only because I've seen so many people that had them and they be like all over their heads. They be looking a mess. Y'all know I like the neatness of it all. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the wigs. I wish he had kept the regular dreads, but he did go to the wigs. But they still look good. They don't look like some that my stepson, his was neat. I like the way he wore his, but I've seen a lot of men that got them things and they be looking a mess. But I liked my stepsons and I like his. They still neat. So yeah, I know about the hair change. We gotta talk about that though. Even though he ain't my baby daddy, he is my baby dad. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that. But he still look at him. Look at him. Tanya, leave me alone, Tanya. Who that would made that comment? Who said something about his hair? Done threw me all the way out. Tanya did it.
Tell, bro. They gonna tell. They not here to be your friend and shit. Gucci Mane probably ain't to the damn thing. And it's so crazy to see so many damn people laughing about Gucci Mane getting his shit robbed, and you know what I'm saying, basically saying, oh, Gucci Mane wouldn't have did this and did that or let this happen and all of that shit. Man, people just weird as hell these days, man. You don't know what nobody would have did, especially, you know, if you the person that got the gun. Like they say, man, I seen somebody say this shit last night. The person who has the first draw, lays the law. And that shit real. You got the first draw on somebody with a gun, you basically run the situation, so it is what it is. But look, we're gonna watch this real quick and see what the hell is going on. His name is Lantrell Williams Jr. So if you hear that name pop up, that's him. CEO Big 30, that's his best friend. And the other associates that they name, I don't know who the hell these people are. The only person I really know is Pooh Shiesty and Big 30. But yeah, man, you know that.
I just listen to the press conference we just listened to. I knew it. I know him. So we just listened to this press conference. So we're gonna skip by the press conference, then we're gonna come back to when he started back talking. All right. So let's see.
Ass is out of there. Pooh Shiesty still was in the halfway house. They said he pulled out a gun on the damn ankle monitor. Now I don't know. I read some shit online. I gotta watch this video from the feds to actually see and know what's going on. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick and see what the hell is going on. If you're new here and you're rocking with the channel, you're rocking with me, make sure you're hitting that like button, leaving a comment, or subscribing to the channel. That way you can stay notified when I do post. And if you've been rocking with me, you know what I'm saying? Same applies. If you want to stay locked in with me, just hit the like button and shit like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and watch this shit and see what the hell going on. Pooh Shiesty man had a promising career, was gonna go up. Yeah, he probably would have took some pay cuts that he didn't want to take, but ultimately you would have still had your freedom and you could have had your days in court. But to actually try to force somebody to release you from a record label in this manner is crazy to me. Maybe he felt like he been getting beat and things like that. I gotta look at it on both sides. But at the same time, come on, cuz you're not even free yet. It'd be different if you went on damn house arrest and shit. Everything can pinpoint you to where you are. They probably got a monitor on him and all type of shit. Let's go.
I'm Ryan Rabel, I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week,
All right, y'all, I'm gonna go over there and share our callers too. Y'all go over there and check them out. Even though most of y'all probably already watched them, I'm gonna share him out too as well. So we're gonna skip by this press conference because we just watched it. Now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go right here to where he starts back talking again. Okay.
Some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victim.
You know how slobber and slow you got to beat a rob Gucci man, cuz, and get on the internet with the shit.
Might have talked through the whole thing. We might need to re-listen and see. Yeah, it seems like. Let's see. All right, we're just gonna start right here. Yeah, slobbering slow is what you call it. That's it. That's it. You right. Let's just listen.
Now, I seen a couple of people saying certain things online, basically saying that they did see certain things. I thought people were lying about this shit because you know how people be lying. They lie so much, there's so much clickbait going on, so you really don't know what's real. Well, we know a lot of shit don't be real. 90% of it don't, but there do be some truth seeping in here and there. But to get on there, and I'm only saying that because anybody can get robbed and you can get in trouble for it and shit like that. But Gucci man got like all of his stuff like certified, all of that type of shit from what they say. Because if you spend a certain amount of money, you know, a lot of people don't be knowing that this jury and shit, it's trackable. I put it that way. So to be out here doing that shit, then showing it don't make no sense to me. You're supposed to take it somewhere low key, swap it out, and move on with your life. But some people so busy trying to prove that they about that to the point where they don't give a damn how sloppy and slow that they are to prove these type of points. If I did some shit like this, you wouldn't know nothing. You wouldn't see nothing. I wouldn't say nothing. You can say I'm lying or people lying, or you can do whatever the hell you want to do. But I wouldn't. Hey, you got it. You can call us all type of names and shit, but we got what we wanted from you, so that's all that matters. That's how I would look at it. I wouldn't do that shit, but I'm just saying, if it was to be me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna say shit about nothing or show nothing. That shit crazy. Let's get back into it.
The charging document outlines some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendant's roles in the federal offense. This is as follows. Electronic monitoring data placing Williams Jr. at the offense location.
We knew that.
Which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions. Cell phone records and license plate reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas. Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group. Surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least two of the defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property just in the days following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense. In this case, came to Dallas to conduct legitimate business, and they were met with firearms and violence as alleged in the charging document. This case should serve as a warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is the viable way to conduct business. I'm here to say that it is not, and that if you choose to do this, we will, together with our law enforcement partners here and the other ones in the Northern District of Texas, will bring you swiftly to justice.
A lot of
I want to
people,
thank the FBI Dallas Violent Crimes.
and I'm not for sure why, but some people may be wondering why this is a Fed case. I can only think of two reasons why it would be a Fed case and not a state case, and I'm just say it. I don't know exactly why it's a Fed case, but I can say what I think. For one thing, they crossed state lines. Some of them did. I know at least. Now, this happened in Memphis. I think people were arrested in Memphis. Now the alleged, where did the alleged, and maybe you can help me out with this, Black Dollar. His studios or whatever, the studio where it happened at. I'm not sure where it's located. Is it in Memphis or where? But anywho, long story short, a couple of these people crossed state lines in order to commit this crime. That's for one. Cause yeah, crossing state lines. That's what I thought. Yeah. Now I was thinking too that maybe it was because this dude Shiesty was already on federal papers or whatever. I don't know how much of that weighs into it, but I do know the fact because I know they said one person was arrested in Nashville, and they was looking for another person in Georgia, the studio in Dallas. Oh, so absolutely, them people travel from Memphis to Dallas, most of them. Well, all of them. They travel from Memphis to Dallas to do this. Fed case, automatic. Bam. There we go.
Task Force, the FBI's Memphis Resident Agency and Nashville Field Office, the Memphis Safe Task Force, the Dallas Police Department, the United States Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, Michael Donovan, and AUSA Greg Wagner, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of Texas, my dear friend and colleague Jay Combs, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Tennessee, including my colleague Braden Busek, for their outstanding contributions in this multi-jurisdictional.
Now, I'm gonna say this right here. Pooh Shiesty is gonna get about 20, 30 years because in the feds. Because he was already out. First of all, they gun charge whole 10, and he in Texas because that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And I'm from here, so I know what the hell going on. Because to a certain extent, when it comes to shit like that, he's facing damn near 10. He facing 10 off top. Plus the time he already had on papers and shit like that. Plus with it being a robbery, and a kidnapping, cause all of these in one. And you just got out the feds. I'm telling you that song that he did for FOD. I think what is it? Shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm over here speaking in cursive. But anyway, that song that he dropped basically is saying if the feds ain't going for this shit. You down here in Texas, you bullshitting, you robbing people. You got an AK-47 in your hand, robbing a multi-million-dollar platinum recording artist, even though he is too. But y'all get where I'm coming from. I mean, come on now, what you expect? This is some crazy shit, and I'm pretty sure and I understand people be going through stuff. They get out of jail. People make it look good because they got to and shit. But people be needing their money, or they probably. I can't necessarily say he hurting for bread, but like it hurts to see you not getting what you feel like you deserve.
Right.
But, I mean, even with that being said, it ain't no reason to be out here like doing all of this shit, bro. Putting your whole life. You can do some side shit. Go do tweet, but I mean, shit, they grown. They made their choice, and a lot of these people finna get 10 years plus for doing this dumbass shit. But yeah, man, it's just sad and unfortunate, bro. That Gucci, you know what I'm saying, probably went there with the intentions of doing legitimate business, like they said, and you end up getting robbed. You don't never think that you finna have to go through nothing that you're going through. And I'm pretty sure he is strategic when he moves, by actually having somebody with him, like an undercover officer or off-duty officer or something like that. But at the same time, I don't see how people can laugh at him and make jokes and shit about him because he got robbed. But people saying he robbed Pooh Shiesty, so it's all right. People just lame as hell. But yeah, if it was you, your family, your mama, your granny, your kids, or something like that getting robbed, you won't be saying that shit, no matter what the hell did. But it is what it is. I digress. But yeah, let's get back into it.
And colleague Jay Combs, and the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Tennessee, including my colleague Braden Busek, for their outstanding contributions in this multi-jurisdictional investigation and prosecution. I'd also like to highlight the extraordinary work. None of this happens without the extraordinary work of our AUSAs in this office. And I'm here to say we have the best AUSAs in the entire country. That includes AUSAs Robert Withers, Claire Demers, and my violent crime chief, Jeremy Fugate. This case really underscores the importance of standing up for crime victims, no matter who they are or where they come from, and the incredible collaborative, investigative partnerships that we have, not only in the Northern District of Texas, but across the country, and we are all working together to make our country safer. So thank you for being here today, and I'll answer some questions after my colleague here speaks. But now I'm going to turn it over to him, and this is Jeremy Wright, who's the Dallas FBI Assistant Special Agent in charge.
Thank you, Ryan. Good morning, everybody. As Ryan said, my name is Jeremy Wright, Assistant Special Agent in charge for FBI Dallas. As United States Attorney Raybold said, we're here today to announce the arrest of several individuals in the Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee areas, as long as one here in Frisco, Texas. These arrests are the result of a violent kidnapping of 3 individuals.
Sake, unless he gonna go past this conference, because we already heard it. We'll stop where he's talking. But this news conference we just listened to.
Because you're going public with this, are you afraid that that's going to hinder eventually?
Hello, let's see what you said. You see now how Keisha set up the play as a business meeting with Gucci, knowing Shiesty most likely was not going to be there, and knowing Shiesty most likely was not to be there, and knowing he can't just get out of no deal like that. Exactly. That's why some ain't right. Some ain't right.
Agents are working to find him. The complaint has already been unsealed, and a number of these defendants have had their public hearing already, their initial appearance, and so it's already out there that this individual has been charged, and so that information is in the public record. But I trust that the agents will be able to identify this person and find them and bring them to justice. Of course, that person.
Okay, so they talking about the extra person, but look, I want to say this right here because people already know. People are wondering how the hell did they know exactly who was. And like they saying, they got records of a lot of different things, but I'm pretty sure that this whole thing was recorded on camera. They went to a recording studio, and if Gucci Mane going to a recording studio or anybody with a certain level of status, they gonna recording studio is secure, and being in a secure location comes with surveillance. So I'm pretty sure they got everybody crystal clear on camera. They better go ahead and plead out, take what they can take. If they get a good lawyer, and go on about their business. But to try to take this to trial, your ass is grass. You through. They ain't gonna get you for nothing.
Come on, Carlos. I love
turn themselves in immediately.
Two questions.
I love.
This is Jason Vidal, So the initial incident happens in January 10th here in April. Can you describe the timeline and the length of time? Why we're talking about this now? Because it sounds like this arrest happened recently. And then the second part of that question: did all of the arrests happen yesterday, or were they happening over the span of time that we're talking about?
Yeah, good questions. I'll start with the last part. 8 of the 9 happened yesterday, and then we're still working on one more. And that was, again, a lot of those happened in Memphis. One happened in Nashville, and we're working now with our Georgia counterparts to get the last person brought to justice. Do you want to ask another question, follow up to that? Okay, and remind me of your first part, sir.
We had the initial incident on January 10th,
Yeah.
April 2nd.
We owe him all the 20 minutes.
Describe and kind of characterize why, that amount of time passed before they were arrested.
Yeah, we owe him that was. Bruh, they didn't do it. None of us was there no more. Welcome to the chat, J-Day. Keep it cute. Keep it cute if you can stay, but that what you just said, they didn't do it. How, the Fed, okay, baby. Okay. All right. Let us know why you feel like they didn't do it. How about that? Let us know why you feel like they didn't do it. They didn't do it. She definitely looking out for herself. She's just a power attorney making. See that right there.
One of the reasons I wanted to list off some of the evidence that has been uncovered to date, a lot of this was subpoena work, search warrant work, and things like that in order to develop the investigation. And so the agents here with me, the agents out in the field, it takes a little bit of time to identify who did this offense and build a case so that we feel comfortable bringing the charges. So actually that's pretty quickly for a federal case of this gravity and this nature. And so I'm very proud of the investigative work, and it will continue from this office as well as our FBI and our local police department.
Convicted of these charges, these arrests, how serious are these crimes? What kind of these people face?
They're facing a range, so there's no mandatory minimum in this case. It's a range of punishment, and it'll be in the province of the judge, whoever gets the case. But it could be from 0 all the way to life imprisonment. And as you know, a lot of what will guide what's called the sentencing guidelines will be the individual's previous criminal history, the fact that one of these individuals committed the offense while on home confinement, so actually serving a federal offense. Assuming that individual is convicted, that will be an aggravating factor for sure.
Aggravating shit, cuz.
I know you're being quiet so far on the victims here, but could you at least tell us, outside of them being locals in Dallas, are they aspiring artists? Are they known locally or even nationally? Could you at least tell us that?
I'm not going to get into the victim stuff at this time. I think that more will be coming out there that will help clarify, but I'm not at liberty at this stage of the investigation to disclose that.
And then can you describe the operation to
okay.
I imagine they were in different places. Maybe they all happened around the same time. I'm not sure.
I'm going to hand that one off to my colleague here, Jeremy Wright.
Yeah, thank you for the question. It requires a lot of partnerships across multiple jurisdictions to be able to conduct simultaneous arrests in a manner, to not alert other folks and to do it safely. So really it's just a coordinated effort. Unfortunately, we have great relations. Other FBI offices have the similar relationships. Memphis is unique. They have the Memphis Safe Task Force there currently, which was kind of a help in a lot of this. So it's really just coordination and pre-planning.
And all of that. So were all of the arrests in Memphis or?
No, Memphis, we had one in Frisco, Texas yesterday morning. The rest were in Memphis. And as the U.S. Attorney said, we're actively pursuing the final arrest.
Yeah, Frisco, they out here.
Did you have another question, sir? I think that becomes public record, but I'm not sure. If I could follow up with you right after, Catherine, if you would get to make sure that we get that information over there. Thank you for coming. If there are any further questions, I just want to underscore the importance here in Northern District of Texas of vigorously prosecuting violent crime. And a couple days ago, I did a press conference in Fort Worth, Texas, but it just highlights the collaboration. The state, local police are some of our best friends and best partners. Chief Como is a dear friend and partner of this office and has been fantastic for us, working with some of the best in the business, the FBI. And I'm just really honored to stand shoulder to shoulder with the men and women in my office. So again, we look forward to prosecuting this case vigorously. And if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to Catherine Miller. Thank you.
And I'm pretty sure Gucci Man kept it street, didn't say nothing about nothing, and let the people do what they do. And that's a smart way to move too. But at the same time, I gotta say this as well. With Pooh Shiesty, his daddy, and all of this shit, they can fuck around and turn this into a RICO or anything. You never know what they'll do.
They will try.
He just said not too long ago about how many bodies he got. They might start connecting shit. People might start telling and get up out of these situations. There's so many different things that can happen in this whole thing. But I'm pretty sure
Feds may find out somebody get to singing like a canary. Feds may find out about some other illegal shit they've been doing. I done. Hell, let me tell you something. The fear is real. Some people don't want to go to prison. Some people claim that street life, claim that thug life, and claim they solid. But as soon as they get put in that damn interrogation room, look at Young Thug or Spicy ass. As soon as they get put in that damn room, and then people hit them with you facing this, you facing that, you facing this. They go to singing like a canary, pointing fingers, toes, and noses and everything, telling it all. Hell, it might come out that they done did some other stuff other than this. It's just crazy to me. And then you doing this with 9 other people. Ain't no way. I'm going to take a motherfucker out. I'll go by myself. Fuck that. See, that shows you how weak some people are. You know what I'm saying? Like they claim, like I said, they claim that thug love and all that, baby. When it all boiled down to it, why you got to take 9 people with you to pull some crazy shit? Like, I mean, make it make sense. I don't understand it, but let's go. We're gonna listen to one more before we go.
To do so because they knew Gucci Man wasn't gonna tell it, so they probably feel like we can do this shit and get away with it with no problem. But they so crazy to the point where if they even got him to sign it, Gucci Man still can challenge it when it comes down to doing whatever is gonna happen. You feel me? But yeah, man, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this whole situation. If they come with some more updates, I'll bring y'all some. Other than that, that's all I gotta say about it, man. It was a crazy situation. It was crazy to do this, but also people do not say about their money, and that's understandable. But you gotta be able to realize and understand that you can't change every situation, and when you put certain things in your own hands to do, it comes with a lot of different consequences. It's best to go through the courts. If you're handling court business, you don't bring the streets into business, and that's one of the craziest things to do. But look, let me know your thoughts and opinions. We're gonna talk in the comments, and I'll holler at y'all later.
All right, Carlos. Good job. All right, so we're gonna go to our peoples over there at Law and Crime. We're gonna listen to what they got to say on the situation, and we'll be back to. Do I have an appointment tomorrow? I don't think so. I think we'll be back tomorrow morning to talk about this some more. And I got some more other videos, and we also gonna get into that interview with Keisha and Carlos. So let me go to Law and Crime Network. This is like 22 minutes long, not that long.
We have a bombshell news.
We're gonna see what they got
legal case on our
whole law side, and then we're gonna get out of here for today. Y'all know I like these lives to stay at least 3 hours or less. So, I'm gonna speed it up and see if it's gonna be all right to listen to. Let's go.
We have a bombshell new legal case on our hands. The alleged robbery and kidnapping of rapper Gucci Mane.
This case should serve as a warning to others who believe that using violence and intimidation tactics to rob others in our community is a viable way.
Of course, y'all know they probably gonna replay some of the press conference, and of course we're gonna skip through it because we done heard it. But let's just see how it goes.
To conduct business. I'm here to say that it is not, and that if you choose to do this will bring you swiftly to justice.
Wait until you hear not only the allegations, but the surveillance, Instagram accounts, fingerprints. It is something to say the least. We have the criminal complaint that lays out everything, and we're going to break it all down for you right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, I have to share this. Some really exciting news, okay? We've spent so much time together here at Law and Crime obsessing over every wild twist, late night case that we wanted to find a way to get you even closer to the action. That is why we're finally launching Law and Crime Plus. This is your new go-to spot for thousands of hours of commercial-free episodes and exclusive case files where you can really dive into the evidence yourself. We really built this for the community of people that stay up late analyzing every detail while waiting for a verdict, so it's just as much as your space as it is ours. Go ahead, download the app, check out the features, let us know what you think. You can head on over to Law and Crime Plus today to snag our limited time deal for just $3.99 a month or $40.99 a year. How do you and kidnapped by other rappers? So as the Department of Justice puts it in their release statement, quote, this week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, were federally charged for kidnapping and robbing at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas, announced United States Attorney for the Northern District of Texas, Ryan Rabel. 8 of the 9 were arrested in Dallas, Texas, and Memphis, Tennessee. The charged defendants include Lontrell Williams Jr., a.k.a. Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., a.k.a. Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Terrence Rogers, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel. Actually, by the way, there was a press conference held yesterday, and I want you to listen to that moment where they talk about that one person who was missing in this, right? So there's people who's charged, but not everybody had been arrested. So this is United States.
But one thing about him, we can listen because, like I say, when we listen, it sticks. But he not gonna play this whole thing. I don't think he plays little clips or whatever. So I'm gonna let it play out. I'm just gonna let it play out. If you don't like the repetitiveness, I apologize. But we're gonna listen to it. This is the law side, y'all. We always listen to, the T side or the whatever side, and then we listen to the law side. So this is the law side. Let's listen.
Attorney for the Northern District of Texas, Ryan Rabel.
One of the individuals that's been charged has not had his initial appearance yet, but agents are actively working to locate and bring him to court.
And I wanted to touch on that actually. Eric Bushman with KRLD. Since there's one person you're still trying to come in, I guess, on request since initial appearance, you said that you're trying to work out. Because you're going public with this, are you afraid at all that that's going to hinder eventually getting an individual in?
Agents are working to find him. The complaint has already been unsealed, and a number of these defendants have had their public hearing already, their initial appearance, and so it's already out there that this individual has been charged, and so that information is in the public record. But I trust that the agents will be able to identify this person and find them and bring them to justice. Of course, that person.
Criminal complaint that was filed in the.
Dang, hold on. I paused it, y'all, because it was buffering. But listen, he said he got a 32-page. Have you been following the Tyrone Davis case also? You know what? I have. I did. I started. I did a little bit on it. I'm going to tell you something about me, Black Dollar, that you may not. And I'm trying to work through this flaw that I have, right? So let me give you just a brief synopsis of me and who I am and what this channel is. So this channel right here is dedicated to my son who was unalived in 2021, right? So and the fact that even before my son, passed away through gun violence, I've always had a passion for the law, I've always had a passion for the law. I do the whole watching the crime shows. I do the whole watching court cases, watching trials and all that type of stuff. I've always, had a passion for it. But with me, the difference between me and some folks that cover like these cases on YouTube and follow this whole, crime and justice type thing is me in this channel and what I do in the cases that I follow and stuff. I get really a lot of stuff hit home for me. A lot of stuff for triggers. And the one thing that I can't do when I follow a case, when it gets to be too much, and I'm working on it because I should be able to stick it out, right? But when it becomes too much, as far as the whole social media aspect and the conspiracy theories and it just putting a whole funky twist on stuff, I'll back away. Now, with the whole Tyrone Davis stuff, I got content. If you go back in my content, I do have some lives where we talked about it. I said all that to say this. In recent, I stepped away from it. I've been seeing some things. I've been like peeking in on some content creators that I fuck with that. To me, honestly, for me, I like to focus on the legal side. Like I like to focus on what's being done legally, what's being proved legally. I don't like to tap into all of the extra stuff that come with these cases. And what I mean by that is with the Tyrone Davis case, unless this woman is charged, I've come to this conclusion. Now, I got to update myself on whether or not there's been any legal movement in this case, right? But until this woman is charged with his passing legally, and there's something out there legally saying that she's responsible. Now I know some stuff out there that I probably don't know about because, like I say, I kind of tapped out. But I go back and do some research and see if there's anything recent that has been legally done. I can't do it. Like, it's been a lot with that case. It's been a lot put out here. It's been a lot said with the whole family entertaining, social media, and all this type of stuff. I can't get into that stuff. Like, I don't get into all of that. I can't, because it becomes too much. It becomes a whole lot of people saying a whole lot of things, not being able to prove it. And it just, to me, honestly, with the extra and the whole, doing the most when it comes to his death is made a mockery of. Because this is the thing. If what happened to him wasn't just a tragic accident and somebody actually did this and it's a criminal act, it needs to be handled. But all that extra stuff that come with it. Hey, Natasha, good to see you, boo. I can't do it. Since it hit home so deeply with your son, you got to show the bias side of the law also to get the real. You right. You right. And that's why I say I got to work on it. I got to work on being able to not just look at the legal side, but also look at the other side. But it's just, for me, it's a lot. And I'm working on it. I'm trying. Because I really, really hate starting something and not finishing it. That's one of my pet peeves too. I don't like doing that. But I will step away from a case if it becomes too much. Because I'm cut and dry with it. Like, I want to know what's going on legally. I want to know what's going on legally. You said legally his case is foul play, but the family not looking for justice. They playing internet game. See, you just made my point. I do feel like they was foul play. I do. But I think the families too are doing too much. See, there you go. So you get what I'm saying. But still too, if I'm gonna do this thing, I gotta work on that. I gotta work on being able to maneuver through all that extra internet shit. If I'm gonna do it right. So if that case is something you're able to do to talk about too and give some insight on, I'll revisit it. What is that? Hold on, y'all. Let me look at my camera. What? Oh, it's my neighbor. Okay, so I'll revisit it. I will. But they can't really cause the dad was involved in street activities that led to his demise. See, just let me know if that's the case you want to talk about, and we'll revisit it. I can do that. And if it's a case that you got a lot of knowledge on too, you need to also visit it on your channel too as well. See how that works. Need to get back into it. But Gainesville police sweeping it under the rug because the family not pressing the real issue because their hands dirty also. Oh wow. Okay. See, it'd be a lot. I got you.
Person can turn themselves in immediately.
And I have a 32-page criminal.
Oh, that's what I was saying. That's amazing. I got to go try to find that. Somebody outside creeping. Nah, they out there blowing horns and shit. Like, you know me, baby. What is all this activity in front of my house? That's what. See, that's the downside to me having a neighbor, which I love her. I love her and her husband. But they got a son. They got a YN son. They have a whole lot of going on over there. And I listen. I ain't used to all that fuss, but see, he ain't been over there. He just must have you know how they children do, they move out, want to be grown, then they come back. See, he ain't always been there. He ain't always been there. He either came from somewhere, either, and it just be a lot. It's just a lot come with him. And his homeboys parking and booming music. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Who got to turn their music up that loud to enjoy the song? Who got to do that? Shaking windows and making plants flow back and forth. I mean, what are you doing? Tell you, don't make me vent about the neighbor's son. You know about the neighbor's son. Somebody was just sitting out there blowing like a motherfucker. What are you laying on your horn for? Tell you always doing this to me. All right, y'all, listen. He got the Hellcats. Yes, Black Dollar, yes. My nerve bad, shit. All that noise and shit and all this booming and bassing, my nerves bad. Let it go. Oh, Lord. Okay, so listen, I got to get a hold to this. He says a 32 page. I got to look for that, y'all. That's all I want to say. I got to look for that. Let's listen, because we almost done.
The United States District Court for the Northern District of Texas that I'm going to break down for you as simply as possible. I want you to know the allegations, the potential evidence, the parties, okay? Gives you an idea about what this case is about. And I got to say this before I even get into it. You're going to understand, after I go through this, why these individuals were arrested and
This is why I like him. He completely breaks down the legal side of it. Yeah, they ain't gonna hear worth a damn when they hit our age, Tony. They ain't gonna hear worth a damn. Cause they sit inside them cars with that music blasting like that. That shit is ridiculous. Like, maybe I engaged in that shit back in the day, ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it was cute to have a boyfriend that had that bass. But damn, I'm old. I don't want to hear that shit no more. I heard it back then. I don't want to hear it no more. Cut that shit down. Setting off car alarm. When you ride down the street and the sound or the volume of your music sets off motherfucking car alarms, your music is too loud. I'm just saying. Back to Pooh, they got a whole manuscript. Keisha trying to get his ass back in prison without having to pay. Wow. All right, let's listen to this. Let's listen to him break down this what's called. See, you got a lot of information
of this alleged evidence, but all of them are innocent until proven guilty. I got to say that because, again, you're going to listen to this and you might be saying, wow, the evidence against them is arguably really bad, but nothing has been proven as of yet. Okay, with that caveat, let's get into it. So this is an affidavit. It is a sworn statement from an FBI special agent in support of a criminal complaint. And this is the statement of probable cause that crimes were committed, okay? It starts by claiming that on January 10th, 2026, the victims, who are only identified by initials, by the way, and they include RD, which we have to assume is Gucci Mane, because his real name is Radrick Davis. They say they were robbed and kidnapped at gunpoint at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. Now, there was apparently a scheduled meeting between RD and Lontrell Williams Jr. And apparently, this hip-hop artist is known as Pooh Shiesty, and he was reportedly signed to RD's record label, 1017 Records. Now, this meeting was reportedly about a contract dispute. This is, again, according to prosecutors. And it seems that Williams Jr. wanted out. So the affidavit claims that when RD and the other alleged victims in this case and others go into this office building, they realize it's closed. So Williams Sr., this is apparently Williams Jr.'s father, was apparently trying to book a recording studio that day for his son and for RD to record music. Williams Sr. was apparently talking to this unidentified individual just known as...
Hold on a minute, y'all. I missed a little portion of that. Hold on.
Jr. wanted out. So the affidavit claims that when RD and Davis, they say they were robbed and kidnapped at gunpoint at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. Now, there was apparently a scheduled meeting between RD and suspect Lontrell Williams Jr. And apparently, this hip-hop artist is known as Pooh Shiesty, and he was reportedly signed to RD's record label, 1017 Records. Now, this meeting was reportedly about a contract dispute. This is, again, according to prosecutors. And it seems that Williams Jr. wanted out. So the affidavit claims that when RD and the other alleged victims in this case and others go into this office building, they realize it's closed. So Williams Sr., this is apparently Williams Jr.'s father, was apparently trying to book a recording studio that day for his son and for RD to record music. Williams Sr. was apparently talking to this unidentified individual just known as JN, another player in this, who owns the studio. It's inside this office building. So now you get the geography, what we're talking about here. So the affidavit includes apparent stills from surveillance footage that arguably shows Williams Sr. speaking to someone on the phone outside the building. I'm going to give you a little preview here. There are a lot of stills in this criminal complaint. And it helps corroborate a ton. It helps corroborate the events that are laid out when you have purportedly time-stamped stills of this surveillance video. Now, an assistant reportedly arrives to help with production at 3:39 p.m. that day, and the affidavit claims that this father and son duo, the Williams, is arguing with somebody on the phone, okay? They're arguing. And I'm going to read you this verbatim. Quote, at approximately 3:43 p.m., Williams Jr. and Williams Sr., Wright, Johnson, Waters, Rogers, Gibson, Glover, and McDaniel entered the east side of the office building. The target suspects walked through the lobby area of the office building before going inside the studio. One individual with a dreadlock hairstyle, later identified as Gibson, can be seen on video exiting the office building and shortly thereafter returning with a bag slung over his shoulder. Again, embedded in this complaint are the apparent surveillance stills. Okay? Now, the affidavit claims they go into the studio where the victims were, the alleged victims were, and their stills, by the way, they included the studio lobby, the control room, the recording room. And at one point, it is alleged that Williams Jr., who was, by the way, I was blown away by this detail, was allegedly wearing an ankle monitor, okay, goes to speak to RD privately about the contract. I'll talk about the ankle monitor in a second. But there is allegedly an argument, and it ends up with Williams Jr. being accused of taking out a black AK-style pistol and pointing it at RD, allegedly demanding he sign the contract release paperwork. Now, RD allegedly complied, signed it, again, we're assuming this is Gucci Mane, and there is the claim that RD, seemingly Gucci Mane, was not allowed to leave as he was being held at gunpoint. There are allegations that Wright allegedly recorded RD signing the paperwork and being forced to say he released William.
You said pause it. That's a chopper. I'm try to get this complaint or whatever. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know how far to go back, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna try to get this so we can see it for ourselves. I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna see.
Returning with a bag slung over his shoulder. Again, embedded in this complaint are.
You talking about right here? Is that what you're talking about? Black Dollar. Let me know right quick. Yeah, that's a whatever. And look pretty. Yeah, right there. Okay, great. Yeah. See, this is another thing we don't understand about people. They know people have cameras everywhere. Cameras are everywhere. Like, even if you commit a crime in a neighborhood, or you go in somebody's house, you commit a crime, you watch my house. People have Ring cameras. People have. You got a gun in there. That's what a gun in that bed right there. It sure look like it. I ain't gonna lie. And he got them long dreads. I see him. They got still shots of all this. But yet people are saying ain't no evidence. Ain't no evidence. Okay. Like I said, when the feds come for you, they come. They're gonna have photos, audios, videos, they're gonna have all that. So Pooh Shiesty wanted out his contract. Held Gucci by PowerPoint to sign, and he did, but that wasn't enough. He decided to rob him just because. Okay. That's the AK style gun they talking about. Okay.
Surveillance tools, okay? Now, the affidavit claims they go into the studio where the victims were, the alleged victims were, and there are stills, by the way, they included the studio lobby, the control room, the recording room.
Yeah, that was the most idiotic move you can make. That's just weird to me.
By the way, I was blown away by this detail, was allegedly wearing an ankle monitor, okay, goes to speak to RD privately about the contract. I'll talk about the ankle monitor in a second. But there was allegedly an argument, and it ends up with Williams Jr. being accused of taking out a black AK-style pistol and pointing it at RD, allegedly demanding he sign the contract release paperwork. Now, RD allegedly complied, signed it. Again, we're assuming this is Gucci Mane. And there was the claim that RD...
You know what? That right there is enough. Him presenting that paperwork to Gucci, right there is enough for the whole conspiracy thing. Because how do you come to this meeting? Well, I guess if you thought it was gonna be talks about you getting out the contract, you will bring the paperwork. But him bringing that paperwork, already having that paperwork on him when they entered into this meeting of him being signed out of the contract, that can help with the whole conspiracy type thing, knowing that they were gonna go there and doing what they did. I'm just saying, it's just dumb.
seemingly Gucci Mane, was not allowed to leave as he was being held at gunpoint. There are allegations.
You said, but these young men from Memphis really on that type of time. I know. I've heard about it. I've seen it. You playing with their bread. They only know how to handle it one way. Yup. Facts.
That allegedly recorded RD signing the paperwork and being forced to say,
Know somebody, we in this chat know somebody personally from Memphis who we think ain't got sense. God gave a lemon seed. I don't know if it's the Memphis water, the Memphis air, you know what I'm saying, the food that they serve in Memphis. But we know one Memphis dude personally. We feel like he don't have good sense at all. Where he get legal paperwork anyway to get out of a deal. Right. And how do you show up with it? Like, unless you knew you were gonna do what you did. I'm just saying. That dad and son ran off at Staples beforehand. Tell you crazy. Right, Natasha? I ain't lying. You know we do. Crazy as hell.
he released Williams Jr. from the contract, and then afterwards it's alleged that Williams Jr. took RD's wedding ring and watch and earrings and cash. I do wonder if they have that video, okay? I do wonder if they have that. But I'm going to read you verbatim again from the complaint. Waters, Rogers, Johnson, Glover, McDaniel, and Gibson produced handguns or AR, AK-style pistols and began to demand property from BP and MM. BP was pushed onto a couch in the control room while an individual known to BP as CMO Dam Fu and part of Williams Jr.'s crew searched his pockets and stole his wallet. BP's chain and a necklace were stolen from his neck. McDaniel threatened to shoot BP for moving, but Williams Jr. instructed McDaniel not to. MM was choked from behind to the point of nearly losing consciousness during the kidnapping and robbery, resulting in scratches on his neck and wrist. Now, embedded in the complaint are what appear to be photos seemingly showing cuts or abrasions on MM's neck and wrist, and there is a claim that his wallet and watches and a Louis Vuitton bag and headphones were stolen. And if you're wondering about the security, right, didn't they have security with him? Well, the claim is that the victim's security realized they were outnumbered and outgunned. It goes on to say, quote, RD was pushed onto the couch in the control room, again, we're talking seemingly about Gucci Mane, causing the victims to believe they were going to be executed. Williams Jr. placed the barrel of a firearm to the back of BP's head and ordered him and RD to leave the control room in the studio through the west entrance of the office building. RD then instructed CW and TD to escort them to their vehicle. As the victims left, MM turned to Williams Jr. and asked him if they were really taking his watches. Based on later recovered surveillance video footage, the target suspects left the studio and the office building through the east entrance at approximately 4:48 p.m. And from there, the affidavit lays out the photos of the alleged suspects purportedly leaving the building and also the cars that were believed to be connected to them traveling northbound. Now, how did they find the alleged suspects? So this is really interesting. We're going to start with vehicle identification. So the affidavit claims that Wright's father owns a 2020 Dodge Charger Hellcat with Tennessee plates. The authorities apparently use license plate readers to track the Charger following another car, a Dodge Ram. We're talking about 2:18 p.m. on January 10th. And they claim that the one on surveillance video near the crime scene later that afternoon. They apparently used license plate readers to also link the Charger traveling very clean using rental records. They determined that the Enclave was rented by Williams Sr. Let's go to electronic location monitoring. Remember when I said the ankle monitor for Williams Jr.? Well, apparently he was serving a sentence for federal drug and weapons charges. Home detention, had to wear an electronic monitoring device. So they're able to use location data from that device to seemingly track his apparent movements near the crime scene. And then the affidavit claims that Williams Sr. and Williams Jr. went to a Staples store earlier in the day. Why? The allegation is to print off the contractual release paperwork, which again was a key part of this.
Damn, Tanya, I thought you was just talking. You really do be watching this stuff. Now, I had no clue what you had said in the chat. What did Tanya say? That dad and son ran off at Staples beforehand. Girl, I thought you was making a joke, and that is true. You must have already seen this. Girl, they went to Staples. They knew what the hell they was going to do. They knew. Thank you to this. They knew what they were going to do. So the dad guilty to accessory after the fact. The dad guilty in all of it. Fuck accessory after the fact. He was part of all of it. They printed up bullshit papers from state. Lord have mercy. This is just dumb. World's dumbest criminals.
This whole alleged dispute and incident. Now, the feds say surveillance video and GPS data put them there. Cell phone records. You know these are always key in a criminal investigation, right? I'm going to read you verbatim what it says. Stay with me. This is a big part. Investigators obtained cell phone records for Williams Jr., Williams Sr., Wright, Johnson, Waters, Rogers, and Gibson, and telematics location data and records for the Dodge Charger Hellcat and the Dodge Ram. Records indicate Wright, Johnson, Waters, Rogers, and Gibson traveled together from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas, Texas in the Dodge Charger Hellcat and the Dodge Ram. They left Memphis on January 8th, 2026 and arrived in Dallas in the early morning hours of January 9th, 2026. Electronic monitoring device aligns with these cell phone records. On January 10th, 2026, from approximately 2:28 p.m. to approximately 2:46 p.m., Williams Jr., Williams Sr., Wright, Johnson, Waters, Rogers, Gibson, the Dodge Charger Hellcat, and the Dodge Ram were in the area of the Windrose Tower, a location Williams Jr. resided prior to moving. They all traveled together to the area of offense location, meaning the crime scene, arriving at approximately 3 p.m. The data from Williams Jr.'s electronic monitoring device and location information for the Buick Enclave align with the cell phone records. Williams Jr., Williams Sr., Wright, Waters, Rogers, Gibson, the Dodge Charger Hellcat, and the Dodge Ram traveled together from the area of the offense location, leaving at approximately 4:50 p.m. to the area of the Star in Frisco, Texas, arriving at approximately 5:07 p.m. Look how exact this is. Williams Johnson, Waters, Rogers, and Gibson utilized towers with coverage that include monitoring device and location information for the Buick Enclave aligned with the cell phone records. Wright, Johnson, Waters, Rogers, Gibson, the Dodge Charger Hellcat, and the
I got that video too, Black Dollar. He part of the part of the content or the commentary that I'm gonna talk about these idiot fools that's out here saying Gucci snitching, this and that and the third, and try to make it seem like he weak for it. I got that. Charleston White is a clown. Sorry. He's a whole clown.
I have to keep reading it because I think it's important that you identify the different parties here and the different sources of location. Traveled together from the area of the Star in Frisco to the area of the Comfort Inn, where they remained overnight. Williams Jr. and Williams Sr. remained in the area of the Star overnight. Goes on to say, cell phone records indicate that on January 13, 2026, Wright, Johnson, and Waters traveled together with the Dodge Ram from Dallas, Texas to Memphis, Tennessee. So, if these allegations are true, you are seeing firsthand in detail how difficult it is in 2026 in an urban environment to commit a crime and not be tracked. This is a digital world, digital prosecution, and it can be very tough for defense attorneys to argue against the reliability of this data, particularly if you're combining different forms of data, cell phone with surveillance, with GPS monitoring, right? But you heard the Comfort Inn, by the way, according to the affidavit. The Comfort Inn records confirmed, or allegedly confirmed, that Gibson paid for 4 rooms at the hotel. So now you have financial records, documentation. Investigators reviewed surveillance footage from the Comfort Inn and observed Wright, Johnson, Waters, Rogers, Gibson, Glover, McDaniel inside the Comfort Inn, all clad in clothing similar to what the suspects in the kidnapping and robbery appeared to be wearing. And in the affidavit are literal side-by-side what they were seemingly wearing at the Comfort Inn. All allegations, but you see why this is building up. Now, there's also a section about how investigators found prints, we're talking fingerprints, latent prints, of Gibson and Rogers on these red Solo cups, too, that were apparently left at the crime scene. We move on to social media. This one's next level, okay? So apparently investigators compare the descriptions of Williams Jr. from the victims, like how they described him, to an Instagram account at Shiesty. And investigators say it shows a match. And they end up doing that for Williams Sr. and Wright and Waters, and how even there are photos apparently of them together online, and how they even match state IDs with these accounts too. And I got to call out Rogers here. Quote, on surveillance footage from the offense location, the individual believed to be Rogers can be seen exiting the building carrying what appears to be the Louis Vuitton bag MM reportedly stole it. On January 15th, 2026, so just a few days later, Rogers posted a video on @damnfool375 showing him wearing a Rolex GMT master with an oyster steel band that appears visually similar to the watch stolen from MM, who provided investigators with photographs, a receipt, and the serial number for the stolen watch. Additional posts on @damnfool375 show Rogers wearing shoes similar to those he wore during the offense. And they embed photos allegedly showing this too. From Glover's Instagram, here's a sample. January 11th, 2026, A story featuring a large amount of cash, a Rolex visually similar to the one stolen from MM, and a location tag of Dallas, Texas, January 17th, 2026. A story showing Glover with a Rolex that appears identical to the one stolen from him, stating he got a new rope, believed to be slang for watches or necklaces. January 19th, 2026, videos of Glover wearing a necklace with a 1017 pendant that appears identical to the one stolen from BP. So the allegation being you didn't only steal all this, you flaunted it.
Yeah.
Defense attorneys would say not the same necklace. They own this. These are kind of rare items, though, particularly talking about that Rolex. And I'm sure they could have a dispute about whether or not these items were actually stolen or not. But again, timing, circumstances, potential rarity of these items, something to keep in mind. Innocent until proven guilty, problematic. Now, something else that I have to note that may be used as evidence later on. So when you apparently go to these guys' like Instagram pages, from what I could see, they're pretty much scrubbed. They might have a couple posts still up, but that appears to be it. You know, Shiesty still has a lot on it, so it's kind of hard to tell if stuff has gone from that. But if prosecutors can prove that they deleted stuff to potentially destroy evidence or try to hide from authorities, that will be interesting. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe it was deleted after their arrest for some reason or after the charges. I don't really know, but it's something I've noticed. And then in this paperwork, they do something that I think is really interesting, and I'll just say kind of refreshing, because in this criminal complaint, at least for my analysis purposes, they really list out the evidence against each defendant very clearly. So for example, Lontrell Williams Jr., eyewitness accounts state that Williams Jr. brought RD into the recording studio and demanded that RD sign the release contract at gunpoint before taking RD's wedding ring, watch, earrings, and cash. Eyewitness accounts also place Williams Jr. in the room when the additional kidnapping and robberies of MM and BP occurred. Cell phone records, electronic location monitoring, and surveillance footage place Williams Jr. at the offense location. Electronic location monitoring data also places Williams Jr. at a Staples location with his father, believed to be printing the termination contract prior to arriving at the offense location. And they do this again for every one of the defendants. And then it goes on to say, based on the facts set forth above, there is probable cause to believe that on January 10th, 2026, in the Dallas Division of the Northern District of Texas, DeMarcus Glover, Demarion Gibson, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, Terrence Rogers, Kadarius Waters, Lontrell Williams Jr., Lontrell Williams Sr., and Rodney Wright Jr. conspired to and committed kidnapping in violation of 18 USC 1201 A and C. By the way, when you hear like that they're together in the same room while there's other robberies going on, that's the agreement, right? Conspiracy is an agreement to commit a crime. And you know, what were the overt steps taken in furtherance of that agreement? And my understanding, if convicted, each defendant faces a sentence of up to life imprisonment. This is again according to the DOJ. I mentioned this before, I'll mention it again. There was a press conference that was held, and it happened yesterday. I want to play you some more sound from it, okay? It fills in some of the details. And again, this is the United States Attorney when asked about the victims, and I think it's interesting what he says.
This case really underscores the importance of standing up for crime victims, no matter who they are or where they come from, and the incredible collaborative, investigative partnerships that we have, not only in the District of Texas, but across the country. And we are all working together to make our country safer. As far as victims go, we won't get into at this time who the victims are or not. I'm not going to get into the victim stuff at this time. I think that more will be coming out there that will help clarify, but I'm not at liberty to disclose that.
Yeah, so at the time of this recording, authorities haven't come out and absolutely said this allegedly happened to Gucci Mane. There are protections of victims in every state, every prosecution, so you have to keep that in mind. But you know how I mentioned the evidence, right? This is the U.S. Attorney talking about that evidence and the punishment.
That was one of the reasons I wanted to list off some of the evidence that has been uncovered to date. A lot of this was subpoena work, search warrant work, and things like that in order to develop the investigation. And so the agents here with me, the agents out in the field, it takes a little bit of time to identify who did this offense and build a case so that we feel comfortable bringing the charges. So actually that's pretty quickly for a federal case of this gravity and this nature. And so I'm very proud of the investigative work, and it will continue from this office as well as our FBI and our local police department. They're facing a range, so there's no mandatory minimum in this case. It's a range of punishment, and it'll be in the province of the judge, whoever gets the case. But it could be from 0 all the way to life imprisonment. And as you know, a lot of what will guide what's called the sentencing guidelines will be the individual's previous criminal history, the fact that one of these individuals committed the offense while on home confinement, so actually serving a federal offense. Assuming that individual is convicted, that will be an aggravating factor for sure.
Big case, big developments, big evidence. We'll continue to monitor what happens next. But that's all we have right now here on Sidebar, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, please subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. You can also.
All right, y'all. That's going to be it for today. That is it for today, but we will be back tomorrow to talk more, y'all. Tomorrow, We're gonna get into a couple more videos. We're also gonna get into that interview with Keisha and Carlos. We're gonna get into some of the things that some celebs had to say about this whole situation. Yeah. We'll get into it tomorrow morning, okay? If not tomorrow morning, Wednesday, y'all know how I do. If I skip a day, I do have one appointment I just thought about tomorrow, but it's not. It's at 8, and it shouldn't be that long. So, yeah, we'll try to come back tomorrow at about 10 o'clock. I think it moved so swiftly for a federal case because Keisha made those calls to press that issue, but remember, they committed this crime way back in January. January, to be honest, it's 3 months or 4 months or whatever ago, but for a Fed case, that's swift. That's swift. I'm telling you, Fed cases are investigated for years sometimes. I'm just saying, for it to be months, that's swift. Okay? Anywho, with that being said, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Sonia, Tanya, Sonia, and Natasha. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Carla. We'll be back tomorrow, y'all. We'll get into some more tomorrow. I think that video we just played was the best one I played today. So, yeah, I'm going to keep up with, y'all know I keep up with law and crime anyway. I'm going to keep up with their updates on it. I'm going to bring it to y'all. And, yeah, thank y'all for supporting this channel. Shout out to, I don't want to say your name wrong. Black Dollar TV. Yeah, we got to see. I don't feel Shout out to Black Dollar TV. Y'all go over there to my community wall and click on this link. Go support his channel. He's gonna start putting out content on this and other things. So y'all support him. Like I said, yeah, I'm gonna skip over you, Boogie. You didn't say anything worth repeating. You shading me. Why would I read a comment where you shading me, Boogie? Like, make it make sense. I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. Cause Boogie, see, I told y'all there are certain, there are certain men in my life that like me to spaz out. You know what I'm saying? They like me to spaz out. They like for truth to spaz out, go in, so they can play victim and say, "Oh, she treated me so wrong. Oh, she do me so bad. Oh, Boogie is one of them." Now, y'all have witnessed throughout this entire live Boogie antagonizing me. I know y'all done seen it, but I did good in ignoring it. Today is 50% off chocolate bar today. And I know you already got him. I know you already done been and got him. Because you hit me up yesterday telling me about it. Boogie trying to get back in your good graces like he's paying up. You got to know our dynamic, Black Dollar. It's weird and it's kind of toxic, but it is what it is. Okay, you'll see it no more as you support this channel, honey. Just stay tuned. All right, y'all. With that being said, I'm gonna get off here. I got some couple things to handle before we go over there on the T channel. Black Dollar. I don't know if you T channels and stuff, but I do have a T channel. I'm pretty sure one of my moms will drop the link if you want to come over there and support. But I do appreciate you supporting this channel, and I do appreciate you hitting my link earlier today. So, yes, with that being said, please come back. We appreciate you. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much for supporting this channel. Y'all know how much it means to me. Listen, y'all have a blessed, beautiful rest of your day, all right? You be safe. All right, be safe, be blessed, and never stress. And until later on the T channel, y'all. True seekers stand up, and we out. Thank y'all much. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Boogie, go to bed or eat a chocolate bunny, Boogie. Just eat a chocolate bunny.